See. Okay. When did you first approach her about seeking some advice about a lawyer?
In December, I told her that I had to find a lawyer so I can do a legal separation or a divorce. And she said that she could help me out. I thought I could trust her.
Gives her qualifications to help you out with anything?
Well, she told me she already went through a divorce. She told me how much it would be. It was like $920. I gave her that money, and then she called me again.
Just a second. Why did you give her the money?
Because I lived an hour away, and it was like I didn't have a vehicle or anything.
Does anybody in your family have a car?
Yes, but they work, and I'm not allowed to drive their cars.
Go ahead. So you gave her money for the lawyer without even calling the lawyer?
I asked her if I can get the phone number.
Is the answer yes or no?
No.
You didn't call the lawyer?
I couldn't. She didn't give me the number.
Of course you could. Keep going, Miss Smith. So you gave her $920?
Plus $500 and something.
When did you give her the other $500?
She came up to New Berlin, up to my grandmother's house. My grandmother wrote the check out to me, and she said it would be better if I gave her cash and stuff, so I signed the check and cashed it.
And the money never got to a lawyer, is that what you're telling me? And when did you find that out?
My brother and I and my father went down to her trailer to get the rest of my stuff because I was moving down there, and then I decided to move back.
Moving down where?
To West Windsor.
So you managed to get somebody to drive you down there?
My brother took off work.
Listen to me.
Sorry.
You managed to get somebody to drive you down?
Yes.
Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Stand up. Your last name is?
Hoffman.
In 30 seconds or less, you tell me what you know about this money.
My grandmother allowed Amy to borrow the money from her. We drove Amy down that day because everybody in the family thought, well, why didn't you get any receipts from her from this lawyer? So we finally...
Because that's what she was telling you. She was telling you that listen to me.
She basically
Mr.
manipulated.
Hoffman, your sister was telling you that. And she gave her a receipt.
Handwritten receipts from a lawyer.
Miss Warden says that your sister asked her to write out these receipts because she had taken the money from your grandmother.
Yep.
Let me hear what she told you.
Amy called me up and said that she was in trouble, that she was her husband had just left her. He was filing bankruptcy. She says, well, my grandmother's gonna give me a couple of checks. Will you please come up and take me to the bank and cash them? December 9th, we went to her grandmother's, picked up a check for $920, cashed the checks at Key Bank, and she decides she wants to go shopping. We went to Walmart. She bought me a numerous amount of clothing, my daughter all kinds of clothing, toys.
So what you're saying is she took this money from her grandmother. Now, I want you to tell me, because I read it in your answer, what she said to you about these receipts that she wanted you to sign.
Her mother and father were harping on her for some receipts. So she asked me, she says, Kelly, could you please write me some receipts, please? I want one saying that I gave a lawyer $920. No big deal. I was helping my best friend. And then she asked me if I'd write another one for $1,420. I said, sure, no problem.
Those are the two receipts that you have.
So I wrote them.
These are the two receipts that Kelly wrote, and we also have copies of the checks that were written.
To Amy, not to me. To Amy.
That's true. They were written to Amy, but there is no way that Amy would steal money from my grandmother.
Listen to me, Mr. Hoffman.
You don't know about
You don't know that. Okay. Did your sister ever hold a job?
She holds a job, but she's very ill sometimes. She has asthma.
I have asthma.
Shh. Please, could you do me a favor and be quiet? I don't want to hear you again until I ask you a question. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. Mr. Hoffman, your sister's story doesn't sound true to me. Do you understand? And I know it's very hard for you and your family to say she took money from her grandmother under false pretenses. But somehow it doesn't make sense to me that what appears to be two relatively intelligent people, you certainly, your sister sounds perfectly normal to me, would say, I want to get a divorce. Take $1,420 and without speaking to the lawyer. First $900, needed more, haven't spoken to the lawyer. Another $500.
Us as a family were asking Amy, what are you doing? We said, why didn't you get information for her? At one point, Kelly called her down and said...
Did she ever say to you?
She had paperwork.
Shh. Mr. Hoffman, did your sister ever say to you, Could you take a day off from work and drive me to the lawyer's office?
I would have. Amy
Did your to ask me the question? Did your sister ever say that to you?
No, she didn't. She was in a vulnerable state in her life.
No.
And
Listen
she was
to me,
taken
sir. She
advantage
did
of
it
by
because
Kelly.
she took the money.
Amy did not use the money.
Yes, she did. Your sister's story doesn't make sense because she has a family, she's close to her brother, and the reason she gives me for not going to the lawyer herself initially is because the lawyer was an hour away, and she doesn't have a car, she doesn't have an access to a car, but she has access to you.
Her husband handled all this stuff before, and she didn't know how to do it, and she wanted to do things on her own to prove to us as family members that she could do something herself.
Did she ask you to help her move down to...
She asked my other brother.
And did he?
No.
Shh. Did he bring her... Did somebody take a day off from work? Who took a day off from work?
Friend of my brother's.
But your other brother did, according to your sister.
No, he did not take a day off of work.
What part of close your mouth didn't you understand? Close your mouth. Each one of those words has one syllable. I'm not trying to confuse you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you understand, Mr. Hoffman? Your sister took the money and she spent it. She did not give it to her. She may have spent some of the money on her. She may have bought her clothes. She may have bought her things. But no normal person says, here's the money for the lawyer, and I don't have to talk to the lawyer. So your case is dismissed.
That's why we went up there.
That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused.
Lied.
Step out. Yeah, and this is case number 122 on the calendar in the matter of Macdonald versus Hughes. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Thank you,
Ma'am, have a
Byrd.
seat. You're welcome.
Ms. Dallin, Mr. Hughes is your brother.
Yes.
And I gather from your complaint that you've bailed him out of jail a couple of times.
Yes.
First time you bailed him out of jail was in a dispute involving a girlfriend or something, and you're not asking for reimbursement of that. Second time you bailed him out of jail, you claim it cost you $5,000. You want the money back.
It was actually $5,208.
Well, our limit is $5,000.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes said it was very nice of you to bail him out of jail. He never asked you to do it. A loan was never created. Someone else asked you. Someone by the name of Nancy, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's not you, is it?
Yes.
Oh, Nancy. So, Ms. Dallin, tell me about the second time you bailed him out of jail.
Okay.
When was it?
It actually wasn't bailing him out of jail. It was paying for a defense attorney for him.
Oh. Was he in jail at the time?
No. He was supposed to be in jail, but he took off from Minnesota and came to California.
So he was out on a fugitive warrant.
Yes.
Was he staying with you?
He showed up at my door, yes.
So tell me about the $5,200 and some odd dollars.
So he had this other attorney that was supposed to be a really, really good attorney because he kind of got the shaft on the first attorney. And the attorney said, well, you didn't deserve all the punishment that you got. He had had 3 days left of a 3-year probation. So, and anger management class and all kinds of stuff. So the sentence that he got was horrible. He got another 18 months anger management. He got 3 more years of probation. He got...
Because he did what?
He had alcohol in his system. It was his birthday, and he went out and he had beer, and they were pulled over, and that was a violation of probation. So the judge gave... the judge just like dumped on him and gave him this whole...
Sounds perfect to me.
Big, long...
These are the rules.
Right.
You break the rules, there's a consequence.
So the
They
second
didn't put him
attorney...
on a rack, did they?
Did they what?
Put him on a rack? They didn't put him on a rack.
No.
Go ahead.
So the second attorney said, I know the judge, and I will go and I will talk to the judge for you, but it's going to cost you $5,000. I had already paid for the first one, $3,000. I paid for the home monitoring system. I paid $1,200 in collect phone calls from jail.
Okay, I got, you've been a good sister so far.
So the $5,000, he decides that he's in love with Nancy, who is my best friend of the last 25 years, actually, and he works for her. Her folks own a marina in Lake Minnetonka, and he is the chef there. So,
Nancy called you.
No. Well, we talk every day on the phone. We all talk every day on the phone.
I understand that. Nancy called you and asked you for the money. That's what you said.
Well,
Don't play, Miss Dallin. That's
Nancy
what you say.
guaranteed the money. She
No,
said she would take it out of...
Listen to me. According to your complaint, you had a conversation with Nancy. You want me to read it to you?
Okay. I had several conversations with Nancy.
I don't care what your
Nancy
conversations were,
encouraged
but
it,
there's
and
several
Nancy
conversations
guaranteed
where
it.
only one of us can talk at one time. In October 2002, Nancy called and asked that I pay for yet another attorney. Nancy was so distraught, begged and pleaded. So you had a conversation with Nancy about the money.
And I told Nancy, no. No, 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 no.
Go ahead.
Nancy said, I will garnish his wages and make payments. And they did. They made 2 payments on this credit card.
Just a second. So Nancy said, he works for me. I'll put a garnish on his wages.
Yes.
So she
Guaranteed the money. It's
Correct.
almost
I
like
know
she
what a
co-signed.
garnish. No, I know what a garnishment is. She didn't guarantee the money. She said, as long as he's working here for me, I will garnish
didn't
his
say that.
salary so that you'll get the money. Guaranteeing the money is different. Guaranteeing the money is if he doesn't pay you back, I will.
And then she said, when I sell my house, I will give him the money to pay you off, and then he can make payments to me. That's, to me, sound like a guarantee.
Well, that's different from what you just told me, except she has to sell her house first.
She did sell her house.
Okay.
And I still don't have any money.
So why are you suing your brother?
Because he's the one that borrowed it from me.
So far, I don't have that. So far, I have she borrowed it from you.
She didn't borrow it from me. She encouraged it.
Miss Dolan, you got it all wrong. Madam.
She has,
Listen,
they're
listen.
multimillionaires. The family is multimillionaires.
Miss
They could have
Dolan,
wrote a check
I want
for
you to
it.
pay attention to me. I understand that what you did was you advanced this money. What you are suing for in court is an oral contract. Your oral contract was with Nancy. She may not have benefited from the contract because he was the one who was in trouble. She may have benefited from it. Let's say she benefited from it because he was a valued employee for whatever reason. And she wanted to ensure that he was going to stay on the job, so she guaranteed the return of your money, even though it wasn't for her immediate benefit.
Well,
That
she wanted
creates.
to marry him.
Listen to me. That creates a contract. His defense to this is, sure, my sister gave me the money for the attorney, but I never agreed to pay her back.
Yes, he did.
She agreed to pay her back.
He's the one that said he would pay me back.
Well, you
He
never
would make
told me
monthly
that, Miss
payments
Dolan.
on it.
No, you never told me that, Miss Dolan. You told me your contract was with Nancy. Now I'll hear you further. You explain to me your contract with your brother.
My
But
contact-
make sure it's true, because I've already heard the first part of it. So far, I haven't heard anything about your brother.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He made 2 payments on it. That shows faith.
That
or-
shows nothing, madam. You gotta sue her, not him.
And later today,
He didn't have my permission to take our daughter over Thanksgiving.
You got drunk and shot a gun off in the house, madam. You didn't flee the house with the clothes on your back. You were stealing your daughter.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. June Dolan says her brother, Paul Hughes, owes for the cost of an attorney. Paul says it was his ex-girlfriend who borrowed the money.
Go ahead.
He needed the money because he was on the run and he wanted to go back to Minnesota to be with her. They've had this love affair for 25 years on and off.
Yes.
So he said, I need $5,000. So he had gone out. He knew the attorney. He was going to try to make payments to him. He was going to do whatever he could do to pay off this money. So he asked me for the money. And I said, I don't have $5,000. I'm still making payments on the first
Fine. So you
money.
said no.
So I said, absolutely not. No. So he called and he called and he called and he called back to her, and they sat and tried to work something out to get this money. Finally, he's not going anywhere when he's staying at my house. He's got a sentence hanging over his head. He's running from the law. So Nancy said, come back here and work at the Caribbean. I will garnish your wages, and we'll make the payments to you. So I said...
The contract is with her, not with him.
But he's the one that said, will you loan me the money? I finally said, okay.
No. Listen to me. That's not what happened, Ms. Dallin. What happened was he asked to borrow the money, and you said no. And he asked you again, and you said, no, I'm still paying off the other money. Then your best friend called you, who you know has money, and said, in effect, he's going to come back. He's going to work for me in the restaurant. I'm going to garnish his salary, so you're assured of getting your money.
She guaranteed it.
Then you got to sue her, not him. You have no contract. You have no legally binding contract with your brother. Now, I'm not going into whether or not you have a legally binding contract with Nancy. You may. You may. I don't have to go into that now. She's not a party. You don't have a legally binding contract with your brother because he asked to borrow the money and you said no.
Well, I said no several times. I said no to the first one, and I finally gave in to him.
No, you gave in to her. You rejected his request until she convinced you that she would be good for the money. Then you said okay.
She never said she'd be good for the money. She said she'd take it out of his paycheck and pay it. And he made 2 payments on it. That shows faith.
That shows nothing, madam. You're suing the wrong person. You do not have a legally binding contract with your brother. You rejected his request for the money until she, your friend of 25 years, said to you, I will, in effect, get the money back to you. If it's not through him working at the restaurant, it's when I sell my house and I'm going to give him the money. But your contract was not with him. So you've got the wrong party over there. Try her. That's all. Case dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She actually had nothing to do with it. Nothing.
I didn't ask her for the money.
Hopefully we can all go out and have lunch or something and talk about it.
I'm not paying the money, so.
Barbershop owner Michael Shaw is suing his ex-girlfriend, airline reservationist Katrina Wallace, for the return of his child support payments. Michael claims Katrina lied about the paternity of her child.
This is case number 37 on the calendar in the matter of Shaw versus Wallace. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Shaw, it is your claim that the defendant defrauded you to the tune of many thousands of dollars because she told you that you were the biological father of her child, and for a substantial period of time you paid her child support, and then at some point you decided to verify that claim. You had a paternity test done, and it turns out that you are not the child's biological father, and you want the support payments back.
Correct.
When did you begin dating Miss Wallace?
I met Miss Wallace approximately May of '99.
And how long did you date her?
5 to 6 months. About the 3rd or 4th month, she told me that she missed her cycle and that she was pregnant with my child.
What did you say to her?
I was a little, surprised, but I knew that, we'd had sex, unprotected sex, and I knew it was possible.
Why did you do that? Well, I'm going to ask her the same question.
That's something that I do occasionally.
How many children do you have?
I have 3 children, 3 girls.
How old are they?
They are 26, my daughter here. I have a 19-year-old and a 2-year-old.
Quite a lapse there between judgments.
Yes, that's why I was kind of excited about, I wasn't disappointed about the fact that she was pregnant because it had been like 15, 16 years since I had a child, so I wasn't totally against the idea.
Oh, how old is your child?
My child is 2 also.
2 also?
Yes.
So you were having sex with several women at the same time?
No, Your Honor, that's not the way it occurred.
How many?
I was only having sex with her at the time.
Well, you have another child who's 2.
Well, there's about 6, 7 months difference in ages. The way it happened was Katrina started having problems shortly after she became pregnant. And approximately when she was 2 to 3 months pregnant, I knew that there wasn't going to be a relationship between the 2 of us. So I told her, I said, look, this is not going to work between us. I'm basically moving on. The only thing I can do at this point is help you support my child. And I moved on to a new relationship.
Didn't you ever question the fact that maybe this wasn't your child?
A little.
What do you mean a little?
I kind of jokingly said to her, was she sure that, that I was the father?
Do you have other children?
Yes.
How many children?
A 19-year-old and my 2-year-old.
Go ahead.
She got very upset when I questioned her and almost belligerent. And so I kind of backed off the notion that, she was telling the truth, that it was my child. So,
had you ever been to court at any other time, Mr. Shaw, with regard to issues of paternity, custody, visitation with any of your other children?
Yes, once.
So you know how to get to court?
Yes.
Okay. At what point, sir, did you decide to question the paternity of this child?
Well, several months after Malik was born, seemingly Katrina would interfere with the 2 of us trying to bond. She didn't support me as a father. She didn't support us spending time together. I would try to take him out of town with me like I would do with my younger child, and she would tell him, no, he can't go. Or I would try to keep him for several days, and most of the time she would say no. On one instance, approximately 6 to 8 months ago.
So why didn't you go to court, Mr. Shaw?
Well, it wasn't that she wouldn't let me see him at all. is the fact that she wouldn't, if I asked for permission to take him out of town.
You're not supposed to ask her for permission. If you want to spend quality time with the child, then you go to court. Was there some other reason why you didn't want to take this matter through the courts? Did it have to do with money?
I don't think so, no.
You have a business?
Yes, I do.
What kind of business do you have?
I own several barbershops in the Atlanta area.
And how much support were you giving Miss Wallace?
I started off at $300 a month, and mind you that I had 2 other children that I was paying the same amount of support to, and I raised it at approximately $50 every 6 to 8 months or so, equally.
So how much money did you give her in total?
In total, I gave her approximately $9,000.
Is that about right?
Yes, that's about right.
Okay. According to you, you took the child for a paternity test. Do you have those test results?
Yes, I do.
I'd like to see them. Tell me about what happened when you took Malik for a blood test. Tell me about it.
I had, began to have little suspicions, but basically I just thought it was just me. But I was having doubts for a good period of time.
Tell me about the procedure that you used, sir. You took him on a period of visitation. You took him to a laboratory. Tell me about that. I want to know the procedure that you used.
Well, one day I asked if I could pick him up and spend some time with him. I went over, picked him up, and took him straight to the lab, and we did a paternity test, and I returned.
Which lab?
Any lab.
What?
Any lab. That's the name of the lab. It's located in Atlanta. It was the only place that I could find where I could actually do a paternity test and get the results back within a reasonable amount of time.
What was the reasonable amount of time?
This took approximately 3 weeks.
Miss Wallace, is it possible that Mr. Shaw is not Malik's father?
Yes.
So you were, in fact, having sexual relations with more than one person at the time that Malik was conceived. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. There was someone else, and I did use protection.
Are you confident that Mr. Shaw is Malik's father?
Yes.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
I turned around, boom, that's when the assault began. Everything went flying.
He comes with a flurry of punches. It's gonna get worse, you know, I'm not gonna just sit here and let you throw punches at me.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Michael Shaw says ex-girlfriend Katrina Wallace lied to him about the paternity of her child. He is suing for the return of child support.
Mr. Shaw, the way to conduct a paternity test, sir, is for all parties, including the child, to be present at the same time. You understand that?
No, ma'am, I didn't.
Well, I'm going to tell you. The way you conduct a paternity test is mother, alleged father, and the child go for testing at the same time so that you can identify him.
Yes.
She says, yes, that is Mr. Shaw, and that is my child. Do you understand?
I understand.
So we are going to adjourn this case. And you're going to go and schedule a paternity test, a DNA test, with the two of you and the child present at the same time. Clear? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
And then we'll all come back here when I get the results. Thank you very much.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Rendez versus Scobie, step forward, please.
24-year-old student Jesse Rendez is suing his schoolmate, 25-year-old student Donnell Scobie, for dental bills due to an assault. Donnell is countersuing for a false arrest.
Mr. Rendez, what school did you go to?
San Francisco State University.
And how long have you known Mr. Scobie?
Approximately a year and a half.
It is your claim that Mr. Scobie assaulted you, caused you some physical injury. You want him to compensate you for that and also to pay some of your dental bills.
Correct.
Mr. Scobie says that he acted in self-defense and he's countersuing. He says because of your actions, he spent some time in jail, limited time, and his academic record was placed at risk. When did this incident happen and where, sir?
It happened approximately at 4:15 on 4/18/2002 in the kinesiology department of San Francisco State University.
Tell me what happened.
First, I'd like to state that, yes, the defendant and I were friends. However, if I would have known about the defendant's history of violent crime and...
Tell me what happened.
I'll tell you what happened? Okay. Well...
And try looking at me when you tell me what happened.
Sure. Okay, Your Honor. Like I said, on 4/15, on 4/18/2002, I asked the defendant to use a cellular phone of his. Being that we were friends and I have let him use my cellular phone in the past, I figured that he would definitely let me use the cell phone. He said no, he couldn't let me use the phone. I explained to him that it wasn't...
Did he tell you why?
Not at that point. He didn't tell me why. That's when I explained to him it's emergency. Can I please use the cell phone? It is an emergency. I let him know that. And then that's when he told me why he couldn't.
And what did he say?
That it's not my phone. That's when we began to get into an argument. I told him, you're not going to let me use this phone, it's an emergency. That's when I said, I really don't want anything to do with you any longer. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't be my friend anymore.
Mr. Rendez, that doesn't sound like language you use when you're annoyed. Why don't you tell me what you said to him? I exchanged violent words with him as far as... Violent words with him?
Yeah, as far as bad words. Not violent words, bad words. You know, F you, this, don't F with me anymore. I just, you know.
Right.
That's when... The defendant went outside and gestured me to fight him. I told him I did not want to fight him at school because my standing at school would be affected, Your Honor. I did not want anything to do with him as far as a physical confrontation.
No, just a second. That's not what you said to him.
Well, I did say, Your Honor, that I didn't want to have any physical confrontation at school. I said that.
You said, I don't want to have any physical confrontation at school. Those were your words. Is that what you want me to believe?
Well, not like that. I said,
no. Then understand me, sir. I want you to tell me what you said to him. He's gesturing to you to come on and fight him, and you said...
Then that's when I turned away and walked away from him.
Oh, well, because you just told me before. You told him that you didn't want to have any confrontation at school to him because you didn't want it to affect your academic standing.
Correct.
That didn't take place.
No, it did. That was when we were... I'm sorry, Your Honor. That was when we were walking down the hallway. When we were walking down the hallway, that's when I said, I'm not going to fight you at school. This is going too far. I do not want to fight you at school and have anything at school to jeopardize my standing at school. Then that's when he went outside. He went outside and gestured for the fight. That's when I turned around. I began to walk away from him to defuse the situation. I did not want a confrontation with him, Your Honor. That's when he came in. He rushed in the doors. I turned around, Your Honor, and then bam, that's when the assault occurred.
Tell me about the assault.
I turned around, boom, that's when the assault began. Everything went flying.
No, I don't understand what boom means.
Well, boom, that's when I was struck in the face, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
That's an answer.
I'm sorry. That's when I was struck in the face.
And that's when your tooth was injured.
That's when my tooth was injured, correct. That's when my tooth was chipped.
And what did you do after you were struck in the face?
All I remember, Your Honor, is the defendant kept saying, it's going to keep getting worse, it's going to keep getting worse. He kept repeating, it's going to keep getting worse. When I was trying to get as close to the defendant as possible so I could try to wrap him up so that I wouldn't get it hit any more times. That's when I wrapped him up and we began to wrestle. I kind of shook him off me, and then that's when I went to the office to receive help, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, now, Mr. Scobie, your version of the event, sir.
Okay, it was, like the plaintiff said, it was April 18th. I was with a study group studying. I needed to make a call later to a friend that I had a date with. I borrowed a friend's cell phone, went outside, made my call. As I was finishing my call, the plaintiff walked up to me, asked me, you know, can I use your phone? And like he said before, we were friends. We played basketball numerous times together. We were on the same teams together. And I told him, you know, the woman whose phone this is she told me to make the phone call quick for myself. So, let alone I'm not going to let the plaintiff use the phone. So I said, no, you can't use the phone, but here, I have a pocket full of change. I even gestured to give the guy some change. That's when he said, in curse words to me, you're a punk, and just kept going on and on. I didn't know where this came from. Him and I, a couple days earlier, had hung out and actually had lunch together. Or even, I think, earlier that day.
You didn't let him have your phone, and he was frustrated. So he used a lot of bad language.
Yes, he said...
Keep going.
And so he used a bunch of foul language with me. I said, you know, you, and I walked away from the plaintiff. That's when the plaintiff opened the door, came in, and so my back's to him. I'm walking down the hall, and gestured to me, you know, you want to handle this?
Keep going.
And so I walk up to him and I say, you know, whatever, you want to handle it? What are you talking about? He goes, let's go out back. So I start walking down another hall. The whole time he's ranting and raving, you know, I'm going to whoop your punk so-and-so. At that point, the plaintiff swooped behind me, tripped me from behind, Your Honor. I started to fall down. As I fell down, I gained my position I thought the guy was attacking me because it wasn't like we're going to, you know, take a walk in the park. He was telling me he's going to kick my So, and that's when I turned around out of self-defense and, you know, struck the, exactly. So the plaintiff then gets geared up. He comes with a flurry of punches, of which, I mean, this incident didn't just happen right here. I mean, he pursued me on numerous occasions. As I tried to walk away, he came at me with at least 5 or 6 punches. And yes, I said it's going to get worse. I'm thinking he's coming at me. I'm backpedaling in my flip-flops. It's going to get worse. You know, I'm not going to just sit here and let you throw punches at me. At one point, I tripped on my flip-flops. The plaintiff tried to get on top of me. I grabbed the plaintiff's arms. A woman walks by. He turns his attention to her, and I slip out of the incident. He had my shirt, and he's like saying, "It's, you know, it ain't over. It's not over," and all this stuff. And I'm like, you know, at the worst, he's going to want to fight me again. So I headed to the health center.
Okay. You went to the health center to get your hand fixed.
Yes, I did,
You
Your Honor.
injured your hand, you hit him so hard, right?
It wasn't a calculated punch, but yes, I did injure my hand.
Because you hit him so hard.
Yes.
Okay. So what kind of injuries did you suffer, sir?
A chipped tooth, a severely chipped tooth from the blow.
And you? What did you suffer?
A laceration on my left finger, left hand.
You're not even suggesting that I deal with that. You punched him, you want me to suffer?
No, I mean, he started the fight. Okay. I mean, injuries aside,
Keep going.
He started the fight.
Keep going.
After that, the plaintiff rushes to the office to where I work. I teach water aerobics to the elderly. I'm a weight training instructor.
So he filed a complaint?
He filed a complaint.
Were you arrested?
Yes, I was.
Scobie, what happened with those charges?
Those charges were dropped. I was readmitted to school to get back in. I had numerous teachers write letters of recommendation, which I have here.
Anything else you want to tell me, Mr. Rendez?
Yes, I would just like to say, Your Honor, the injury that I suffered from this assault, it really hurt me, Your Honor.
You behaved badly, Mr. Rendez.
I know, I said some bad things, Your Honor.
You behaved badly, Mr. Rendez.
I know.
Sir, you did.
I know, Your Honor. I said some things, but that does not excuse this man's assault on me because I said a few bad words to him. The sweep kick that he claims occurred did not occur. I did not sweep kick the defendant, Your Honor.
How do I know that?
It's written in the police report. Can I please present that?
Sure, show me. I'd like to see that.
That's a copy of the police report. I've highlighted a few things.
Don't highlight, I read. This incident report, Mr. Rendez, absolutely gives your version of the events, and it gives Mr. Scobie's version of the events.
Correct.
How come you didn't highlight, because you highlighted a lot of things, Mr. Rendez, how come you didn't highlight the part of his statement where he says that you swept-kicked him against his leg and he turned around and he hit you?
Because there was no sweep kick, Your Honor.
Just a second, that's what you say. That's what you say. That's why I read the whole thing. According to your statement to the police, there was no sweep kick. According to the defendant's report to the police, there was. But you conveniently neglected to highlight that. How come?
Because that did not occur. That sweep kick did not occur, Your Honor.
You behaved badly, Mr. Rendez.
I know I did, and I definitely said some things that weren't right, and I'm sorry to the defendant for that, but I never once swept kicked the defendant, Your Honor.
Mr. Rendez, your case is dismissed. Mr. Scobie, your counterclaim is dismissed. You both behaved badly that day. You, Mr. Rendez, I have a sense, was very, very angry. You'd asked your friend to borrow a cell phone. He said no. You overreacted. You started cursing at him. And the two of you behaved very badly. You, unfortunately, got the worst of the deal. He got a cut hand that required some stitches, and you lost a tooth. That's what happens when two people act like idiots, when two men act like idiots. If he said, no, I'm sorry, you can't borrow the cell phone because it doesn't belong to me, you turn around, you say, thank you very much, and you go find something else to do. You don't start cursing at him because that precipitates an argument. You curse at him, you call his mother names, he curses at you, he called your mother names, and then all of a sudden you get into an incident where everybody's acting a little too hot. You both suffered. Chalk it up to experience. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 67 on the calendar in the matter of Mears versus Toppin Van Efflin. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Oh, Miss Mears, you claim that either one of these two girls, either one, both of them, maybe a half of them, maybe somebody else who was living with them, somebody destroyed or stole your CDs.
They destroyed them, that's correct.
And they said they have absolutely no idea what you're talking about. So why don't you tell me, start at the beginning. You were living with one of them.
I was living with Jessica. And,
which one is Jessica? Raise your hand.
And,
Jessica, are you Jessica's mother?
No, Tamara's mother.
You're Tamara's mother. Okay, and Jessica's mother is not here.
No.
Why were you living with Jessica?
I was living with her because she had offered her place to me, and I said that I would be glad to...
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Where had you been living?
I've been on my own since I was 15.
Do you work?
Yes.
What kind of work do you do?
I teach kids violin, and I go to school.
What school do you go to?
Saddleback College.
And you give private violin lessons?
That's correct.
And you were living with Jessica for how long?
Probably for about a month, and we were carpooling.
Previously, where had you been living?
With an ex-boyfriend.
And how long did you live with him?
For a little bit, maybe a month or two.
And before that, where did you live?
With a cousin. I've been up and about.
And how long were you with a cousin?
For a couple months.
And before that?
With an ex-boyfriend of mine.
And each time you moved from one place to another for these short stints, you take all your property with you?
Of course.
Who is this lady?
She's my mother.
You live in the same town?
She lives in Huntington right now. I live in Laguna Niguel.
How long has it been since you've lived at home?
About 6 years.
Any particular reason for that?
I don't get along with her husband.
How long has she been married?
For about 2 years now.
But he lived with you before?
When I was 15. I used to live with Tamara as well.
You lived with Tamara
and
her mother?
Tamara and her mother for about maybe 10 months. It was the last year of my high school.
Did you do okay in high school?
I had a lot of family issues that I had to deal with, so I graduated.
Good for you.
Thank you.
And you're working and going to college. How many college credits are you taking?
I just finished my first year.
You take a full load of courses?
Yes.
You get student aid? You get loans?
My mother pays for my college tuition.
Sounds right to me.
Thank you.
And you pay for all your other living expenses?
Of course.
From giving violin lessons?
Yes.
Where did you learn the violin?
I've been playing since I was 5.
You play well?
Yes.
Did you take violin lessons when you were living at home with your mother?
My violin teacher passed away when I was 15, so it kind of all ended then, and I decided to teach from there.
Evidently, but from what I gather, you had a falling out with either one or both of these two gals, and you didn't attend a 21st birthday party. Whose birthday party was it?
Mine.
And then there was some yelling and back and forth. What was the problem?
Well, there wasn't really a problem with her not going to my 21st birthday, but she had come over to my house the next day, and she was saying that she was at her mom's. Well, first she said she was with her boyfriend, and then it changed to her mom's, to her cousin's. I wasn't really upset with her. Like, I forgave her for it, but that was pretty much all that happened on my 21st birthday.
What do you do?
I just had a baby, so I'm not working right now.
Are you living home?
Yes, I just moved back home.
What did you do before you had a baby?
I was working for an attorney.
What about you, Jessica?
I am a contractor's assistant.
A contractor's assistant?
Yeah, I do like the receptionary work for it's the Orange County building.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been doing that?
I started about 3 weeks ago.
And before that, what were you doing?
I was working in Venice at a club.
I see there are some CDs over there. They belong to her?
Yes.
Let's give them back to her. Now let's get back to it. It was her 21st birthday. You decided not to go to her birthday party. You were having some, according to you, family issues. Family boyfriend really doesn't make any difference. You didn't go. Then what happened?
I got a phone call from Jessica the next morning saying that she wanted me to move my stuff out. And I came to Tamara's house that day to pick up my CDs from them.
Well, your stuff wasn't at Jessica's house, it was at Tamara's house?
It was at Jessica's, but I was aware that Tamara and Jessica were together and my CDs were in Jessica's car.
What were they doing in Jessica's car?
We carpooled together and we worked together in Venice previously.
So that all your CDs were there?
Correct.
And you would listen to them?
I'm a musician, so they hold more than material value to me.
So you picked up your CDs, and what happened?
These CDs I pulled out because they weren't mine. I was trying to be as honest as I could about the situation. There are some CDs in my CD case that are Tamara's. They're all scratched. They're all not usable.
Can I see them?
Sure.
Or do you know about CDs?
Yes, I do.
I don't know a whole bunch about CDs, but I would assume, even I could tell, that's a scratch.
Well,
There's two in the front that aren't mine.
It's broken.
That's broken.
And even if it were not broken, these scratches, the laser can't read them.
Okay,
can't
now,
read the information on it.
would you take a look at some of the others and tell me? She said the ones that she has are all scratched.
It's easily.
These are the ones you're talking about?
Yes.
This one is.
Okay, so let's go to the next page, or whatever they call it. Ladies, somebody had a hissy fit. You want to tell me who had the hissy fit? You want to tell me who had the hissy fit?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Somebody did the nasty.
I left him with my mom for a while.
You think your mom did it?
No.
You think your mom did it? Maybe she did. Maybe she did. Is she a nut?
And later today,
But the time that you put the sofa out on the street, what was going on in your mind, Mr. Ruggiero?
I just didn't want it. I was just she can have it back, you know what I mean? I was like...
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lugene Jade Mears says former friends Jessica Toppin and Tamara Van Afflen purposely scratched 78 of her CDs. Her ex-best friends say it wasn't them.
Now, this is on all the CDs. Somebody did it. You want to tell me who it was?
I did not have a hissy fit.
Well, somebody had a hissy fit because this doesn't happen by accident.
Can I add something? Jade's ex-boyfriend, she had taken all of his jewelry, and I know that as far as Jessica, she still hangs out with like that group of people. Like, I didn't touch the CD, that was kind of the middle person. I had gotten them from Jessica and given them to my mom to give to Jade.
So you got them from Jessica?
Yes, and Jade has had a lot of those CDs for a long time.
Listen to me. There is a difference between something that might get scratched as a result of use and this, which is vandalism. So you got them from Jessica. Is that right?
Yes.
Perfect. You can sit down. Listen to me. You can sit down. Why did you call the plaintiff and tell her to move out? Is not an answer.
Because she had been really jealous of the fact that me and her old best friend Tamara were getting close. We were hanging out together. And that made her upset. She left a couple voicemails on Tamara's voicemail.
That said what?
You'd have to ask her. I'm not really sure.
Well, then what did you get involved with it for?
Because me and Tamara had been hanging out, and we discovered that Jade had been kind of talking bad about us. She talked bad on me to her, and to her on me. And we just figured out a lot of stuff that she had said that was just really kind of two-faced and not true. And
so you called her and told her to move out?
Yeah. Definitely.
And where did you find her CDs?
Her CDs had already been in my car.
In your car?
In my car.
Yeah. Well, they were in your car. You should have watched them better, babe.
They're not.
Should have
my
watched them better.
CDs.
Well, if they're in your car, so they're under your control, and if I find that you had a motive, which you clearly did because you were angry enough at her to tell her to move out, somebody did the nasty. So if it wasn't you, you know who did, and I would suggest to you to either name them or sue them because you're responsible. You're responsible for this.
If I knew who it was, I would definitely. They were in my car
Yes,
for a
you
while.
would.
I left them with my mom for a while.
You think your mom did it?
No.
You think your mom did it? Maybe she did. Maybe she did. Is she a nut?
She left him with my mom for a while. She left him, like, you know, we tried to.
Do you take any medication?
No. No, I don't.
No medication at all?
No, I don't. No medication at all.
Prescribed or otherwise?
Nothing.
Nothing. Right. Okay. How many CDs does she have here, Byrd, approximately? Give me some idea.
Maybe 100.
They're not all ruined.
No, I do have a list of
I
what's
see some of them are
ruined
not
and
ruined.
isn't.
Okay. I don't know where this came from. How many are ruined?
About 78 are ruined and 30 are missing.
How much did you pay for each one?
Some of them were double books, so it was like $25 $5 for those, $15 for the normal ones.
Okay. I don't have teenage children anymore. He does. So he knows how much they cost. They average. And he says they average about $15. Would that be about right?
That's correct.
See? Resident expert. And you have 78 ruined ones. I don't know about the 30 that are missing, but I can see the ruined. That's clear. That's $1,200. That's a big hissy fit that you or somebody else had. Maybe you. I don't know who, but somebody had a hissy fit and have to pay for it. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,200. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It's just unfortunate that we're not friends anymore.
She needs to get over it.
I'm actually glad, though, because now I can move on with my life.
She once got mad over some fudge one day.
I think it's the misunderstandings we have between the three of us.
A lot of them aren't misunderstandings. They're things that she had said that were being malicious towards me.
They're probably very upset.
I was just basically upset that she had been talking so much smack on me and my friend.
Be careful with who you trust.
Assistant Charvette Cross is suing her former friend, maintenance man Devin Davis, for vandalizing her car and for an assault.
Order. All rise. Yeah, this is case number 128 on the calendar, the matter of Cross versus Davis.
Thanks.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Ms. Cross, the defendant is a former boyfriend of yours, and it is your claim that after some disagreement last New Year's Eve, he vandalized your car and later assaulted you. Mr. Davis says he did neither. So you had been his girlfriend for a while. You went to a party.
I was never his girlfriend. We were just friends.
You went to a party together?
Yes.
New Year's Eve?
Yes.
According to you, you were dancing with somebody else and he got annoyed?
Yes.
So take it from there.
All right. We went together as friends. I started dancing with someone else. 2 minutes into the dancing, he came up and pulled me on my arm and said he needed to talk to me. I told him I would talk to him when I was done dancing. He continued to stand there. Once I did finish dancing, I asked him what did he want. And he told me, why was I here dancing with someone else? And that's when I told him, why would you ask me that? We're just here as friends. You're not my boyfriend, and I can do what I want to do. And he kind of shoved me and he walked away. I didn't see him anymore that night at the club. I left about an hour and a half later. When I did arrive in front of Devin's building, I noticed he was...
You went back to his building. Why?
Because my van was parked there. I left it there and we got a cab because I didn't want to be drinking and driving.
So you went back to his place to pick up your car?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And that's when I noticed he was outside in front of it. And as we pulled up, the lights, when it shined on the vehicle, it's when he ran into his building. And that's when I noticed that the tires were slashed, the first thing I noticed, and the windows were busted. And I ran into the building after him.
Okay. So when you got up to the building, you saw him standing near your car,
when
near your van.
we were pulling up.
You saw him standing near your van?
Yes.
You didn't see him doing anything to your car?
Well, he was motioning. I couldn't exactly see.
You didn't see him doing it? Just answer my question.
No.
Right. And then you saw him run into the building?
Yes.
Next.
And that's when my witness, she got out of the car because I couldn't get in the building, and I was buzzing and bamming, and then finally a neighbor walked out of the building, and that's how I got in. But there was another door that I couldn't get through, so I stood there and I buzzed his buzzer, and that's when I noticed the defendant looking up from the basement through the windows, and finally someone else did come out, and that's how I got in, and I confronted him then.
Where did you go to confront him?
Right inside the entrance of the doorway. It's in the hall.
Go ahead.
I asked him, why did you do that to my vehicle? And he didn't answer me. I grabbed his shirt, and he kind of pushed me and told me not to touch him, and I continued to grab his shirt, and it's when he swung, and he hit me, and I hit him back.
When did you get him in a headlock?
When we were in the altercation.
Just a minute. According to your complaint, madam, he pushed you, you pushed him.
Yes.
That's what you say. You have to get your story straight. And then you say at some point you got him in a headlock.
Yes.
And what happened when you got him in a headlock?
I punched him. I punched him in the face.
Yeah. So, and then what happened?
And that's when my witness came up and she kind of broke it up.
So why are you suing him for assault?
Because he hit me first. I only grabbed his shirt.
That's touching him. You can't grab his shirt.
Okay.
I mean, okay. You grabbed him. He, according to you, pushed you away. You grabbed his shirt again.
Yes.
Why?
Because I wanted to know why he did that to my vehicle.
Why didn't you just go call the police?
I did.
Why didn't you call the police first before you put your hands on him?
I was upset.
Sure. You can't sue him for assault. You touched him first. Got him in a headlock and then punched him in the face. Then he hit you back. If he did it at all, he says he didn't do anything. Is this your witness?
Yes, it is.
Step up here. Tell me your name.
Kanaiza Mutiva.
You were with her when you got home from the club?
Yes.
You didn't see him doing anything to the car?
I saw a shadow of someone running towards the building, but I didn't know. We actually met at the club, she and I did. So when we pulled up, I didn't know whose house we were in front of. We just pulled up, someone ran, and she ran out of the car.
When you say you saw someone, it was a person that you could not identify. You couldn't see their face?
It was like 1:30 in the morning. It was a male.
So you couldn't see their face,
No.
Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
Could you see what they were wearing? Or was it too dark?
It was very dark, but I also didn't know that there was anything wrong at the time when I saw someone
That's not what
running.
I'm asking. I'm asking
It was dark and I didn't see what they were wearing.
And you were in the car with the plaintiff?
Yes.
How is it that your witness couldn't see the face of the person and you could?
Because I was looking at my vehicle as we were coming up. I was paying attention to my vehicle because that's where we were going to.
I was also in the back seat of the car.
All right, Mr. Davis, now you tell me your version of these events, sir.
Well, me and Charvette went out to a club called The Zone. She asked me to use my cell phone. That's how everything else happened. I was talking to a friend. I gave her my cell phone. Then later on, I asked for my cell phone. I forgot that I gave it to her. That's when I seen her dance on the floor with the two guys and my phone. So I pulled her to the side, asked her for my phone back, asked her what she was doing. She's supposed to be with me. She said that we were just dating, not my boyfriend. So I got my cell phone back. So I went to another part of the club, and she went her way. And I went home. But before I went home, it took about maybe half an hour just to get a cab, and I wasn't able to get one right away. So I went home, changed my clothes, because everybody wanted to know how was the evening.
You went home because the evening was over?
Right. It was like 2 in the morning when everything shut down.
Oh, so what'd you change your clothes for?
I was done. It was time to go home.
Why did you change your clothes? It was done, time to go home. Why do you go home and change it? You put on your pajamas? Into what did you change? Did you put on your jammies? Did you put on a new pair of jeans? What did you put on?
I just put on regular clothes.
Where were you going?
What happened was that when I went home, I changed my clothes. I went downstairs in my apartment building because everyone wanted to know how was the evening.
So you were going to meet up with some other people?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
As I went downstairs to tell my friend what happened, there were some police officers there. So they told me, go back. So I went back to my apartment. And then when I went to my apartment, there was some police officers driving in the parking lot, shining their lights. I went to the manager, asked him what was going on. He was saying something about someone was damaging their vehicle.
And you didn't know anything about that?
No.
Were you arrested?
No.
Did you file a police report?
Yes, I did.
Can I see it, please? Is this the only report that you have?
Yes, it is. They said that because it was not an emergency and because it was the New Year's, that they could not dispatch another one out. I would have to wait 2 hours, and I live in another city, and there was nowhere for me to wait.
So you did not wait until the police arrived, is that right?
No.
You did not wait. So when it says here, victim states that when she confronted the suspect about the damage, he hit her, causing a split lip and a bruise to her face, that's something you reported over the telephone?
Yes, it is.
You have photographs?
I have photographs of my vehicle, yes.
I'm not interested in your car. I'm interested in your face.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I also did have to get a harassment order because the defendant continued to call me the next day as if nothing ever happened. He called and said, "What's up? What are you doing?"
Have you used any drugs at this club that you went to?
And later today.
What kind of furniture are we talking about, sir?
We're just talking about regular furniture. I have.
Regular furniture, as opposed to irregular furniture.
Well,
what furniture?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Charbet Cross says, after an argument at a club, former friend Devin Davis vandalized her car and assaulted her. Devin says Charbet punched him first.
Ms. Cross, I'm not satisfied with your story. Doesn't make sense to me that someone is assaulted, has their face bashed in, has their car totaled, slashing all 4 tires, breaking all 4 windows, breaking the rear view mirror, interior lights, breaking headlights, ripping off the bug visor and slashing the upholstery, doesn't wait for the police to arrive, especially if she can identify the perpetrator. So I'm not going to make that judgment now. That's what you do. You wait for the police to arrive. Police take a statement, they take his statement, they take witnesses' statements, they render a police report. That's of some help to me. He says he didn't do it. She says she couldn't see who was standing there.
Your Honor, when we was inside the building and after she broke up the fight and I asked him why did he do it, she was standing there and she can witness to what he said.
Oh, well, I'm waiting to hear that. What did he say?
He admitted that he did it.
No. What did he say?
He said that he did it. He said he was sorry he did it. He never explained why he did it.
Now I come back to you. So far, this witness has been honest with me. The witness has said to me, I couldn't see who the person was who was standing outside. She didn't lie. She said it was dark. Couldn't see their clothing. I couldn't see their face. That's honest. She could have just as easily said to me, I saw it was him, right?
True.
Then why do you think she would lie to me now when she says that you did it, you would acknowledge that you did it, and said you were sorry? Why do you think she would lie about that?
Well, first of all, I didn't do anything, and I don't know why she said that.
No, I'm asking you, why do you think she would lie about one thing and not another?
I have no idea.
Don't?
No.
And you never got into a physical altercation with Miss Cross at all that evening? Physical?
No, not really physical, no.
Not, what do you mean not really physical? What does that mean, not really physical?
When she came in and pushed my buzzer, I wasn't able to buzz her in because it was broken, so I had to come downstairs. When I come downstairs, I spoke to Charvet through the glass door because she was angry. Are you what? I said, what's going on? That's when she came out the car. Mm-hmm. So I'm still behind the glass. I didn't go nowhere. I was like, what are you talking about? Well, I know you did this. I know you did that. I said, no, not me. And that's when she swung at me. Because both of them left. They left the premises, went back toward the car. Mm-hmm. Took off.
Now I'll look at the damage to your car.
May I say something, Your Honor?
Sure.
First of all, he wasn't truthful. His friend was never with us, and I never used his cell phone when we were at the club. Another thing, he just stated that I swung at him, but he was behind the glass door. Why would I swing at a glass door that's closed?
I gotcha. I want you to think very hard, madam, about what he said to you about the damage to the car.
I remember him saying that he felt bad that he did it. I was waiting for a why, and that's all I ever heard her say. I'd also like to say that the only reason I went in the building was because I saw the struggle. He wasn't behind a door. They were struggling, and I ran in there.
Okay, let me see the estimate to fix this van.
May I say something else, Your Honor? Mm-hmm. At the time that the car was damaged, I still had Christmas gifts in there, and nothing was taken out of it. Brand new bikes and presents, and nothing was stolen.
And it's not a very nice neighborhood.
I also did have to get a harassment order because the defendant continued to call me the next day as if nothing ever happened.
What did he say when he called you?
Well, he called and said, "What's up? What are you doing?" As if nothing had ever happened the night before, which I found very, very strange. And I told him, don't call me anymore. Are you going to pay for my vehicle? He said, well, I'll pay for half because I do feel bad about it. And that's when I said, that's not okay with me. I didn't do half the damage. I don't feel that you should only pay for half.
They used any drugs at this club that you went to?
No, but we did smoke marijuana before we went.
What about him?
Yeah, he did.
Mm-hmm. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $2,732. Thank you.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I told him we were only friends, and obviously he wanted more than that.
They didn't see me do it. I was nowhere around.
He totally lied.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Kendall versus Ruggiero, step forward, please.
25-year-old office manager Tanya Kendall is suing her ex-boyfriend, 23-year-old restaurant worker Jeremy Ruggiero, for throwing away her brand new couch.
Miss Kendall, Mr. Ruggiero and you were in a relationship, according to what I've read. And several months ago, you purchased living room furniture.
Yes, ma'am.
A couch, a love seat, and a chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Probably didn't measure too well because when you got back to the house with the furniture, the couch didn't fit.
Mm-hmm.
So Mr. Ruggiero took the couch to his mother's house.
Yes, ma'am.
Your mother had a place for it?
Yes, ma'am.
And a month after you bought the couch, the two of you had a falling out. Weren't dating anymore. You asked him for the couch back. Ultimately, he said okay. You went over to pick it up. Wasn't there. Mr. Ruggiero says he put it out on the porch for you.
Right next to the street.
Right next to the street. Right? This month-old sofa. Is that right?
Yep.
Like it was garbage.
Basically.
Now, I have to sort of get in my head what the relationship was at the time, how angry each of you was at the other. Mr. Ruggiero, at the time that you put the sofa out on the street, what was going on in your mind, Mr. Ruggiero?
I just didn't want it. I just said, she can have it back, you know what I mean? I was like, me and my brother just put it out there, and then we left.
We can't hear you, sir. Could you speak up, please?
I said, basically, me and my brother just put it out on the side of the curb, and then we just left.
I asked you what was going on in your mind at the time. You know you have a mind. You know what you were thinking. Let me ask you this question. Do you live with your mother?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me what other pieces of furniture she has in her living room.
She got a couch, TV.
Okay, let's start with the TV. If you had an argument with your mother, and you put her TV out on the curb, and I said to you, what was going on in your mind? Would you give me as stupid an answer as, I don't know, I just don't want it anymore? Or would you say I was angry with my mother? She had called me a bad name?
Yeah, I was pretty angry at her. So.
That's what I want to know. So you were pretty angry at her. You want to tell me why, Mr. Ruggiero?
Basically, because we was at the bar one day, and she left me there, so I had to walk 5 miles home. So then I was like, okay, we're just through. So.
Okay, so you had an argument, she let you up, but that was a month before? Or that was just the day before?
That was like a week. When I put the couch out, it was like a week and a half later when I put the couch out.
Okay. So you had an argument, she made you walk home, 5 miles. A week later, you put the couch outside.
Yeah.
Now, what happened in that week's period of time?
Well, basically, because I was trying to get my stuff out of her apartment. So when I finally got my stuff, it was about a week. And then she put a restraining order on me. I was like, okay. So the only way you can come and get your couch is if I put it near the curb, because I don't want you in my yard. So now I put it in the curb, and my brother left, and it's gone. So I suppose that she got it.
You what?
I think she got it. I think.
Got it.
Got it.
No, got.
Got.
Without an S.
Okay.
You think that she got it. Think again. You want to say anything to me?
Yes, I do, please.
All right, let's hear it fast, please. So far, you're not losing this case.
I purchased furniture on February 13th.
Shh, listen to me. I said you purchased it?
Yes.
He took it to his mother's?
Yes.
He didn't take good care of it? He put it out on the curb? You want to say anything else?
I never spoke to him. My mother handled it. I spoke to him before we broke up. I told him to bring it back from his mother's.
And just tell me how much you paid for the couch, will you, please?
$689.
Now, Mr. Ruggiero, when you had the couch at your mother's house, what was the arrangement as far as your mother paying for the couch? Was she going to purchase it?
Yeah, we told her we'd give it to her for $300.
Could you please keep your voice up? I can't hear you. You have to speak so I can hear you.
I said we told my mom we'd give it to her for $300.
No, you don't give her for $300. You'd sell it to her for $300.
We'll sell it to her for $300.
And she said what?
She said, all right. And then we broke up. So I was like, and then she said she wants the couch back. I said, okay.
And your mother hadn't given her the $300, so your mother didn't buy it.
No, it's what she was going to do is give it to her like $50 a month, make the payment for us.
But she didn't do that.
Yeah, because we had no time.
She didn't do that. She gave her no money. Is that right?
No.
And she's still paying for the couch. Is that right?
I suppose so.
What do you mean you suppose so? What do you do for a living?
Huh?
Huh is not an answer. You do huh? I
work-
never know. What kind of training do you need to do huh? Now, you break up. She has a piece of furniture. She lent it to your mother to put in your mother's house so that your mother could use it. And then you have an argument with her. Did you get your stuff back?
Not all of it.
What didn't you get back?
He got everything.
Of course he did. What didn't you get back, Mr. Ruggiero?
Like my lawn chairs.
Just a minute, your lawn chairs. Tell me about your lawn chairs.
Some nice lawn chairs.
What else?
I forget now.
Let me put it to you this way. What did you get back?
My PlayStation 2.
PlayStation 2? That's a nice thing. Go ahead.
My dresser suit.
A dresser?
Like suit, like three-piece thing.
Okay.
My fish tank, and that's it, really.
Fish tank with fish in it? She didn't kill the fish, did she? She didn't put them out at the curb, did she? No. Then don't tell me about your lawn chairs, because if she wanted to steal something from you, she would have taken the PlayStation 2 or something more valuable. But she didn't. So you got your stuff back. So you were irritated, and you acted like a jerk. For that, you have to pay. Jerks pay. $680 judgment for the plaintiff.
Parties are excused. You may step out. This is case number 123 on the calendar in the matter of Pap versus Sandoval. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
Ms. Pap, according to what I read, you and the defendant lived together for about 10 years.
Yes, ma'am.
During that time, sort of the end of that period of time, there was a car purchased. The car was purchased for you. It was purchased by Mr. Sandoval.
Yep.
And there was an agreement that you would make the payments on the car.
Yes, ma'am.
You broke up. He told you to leave. You did. And you took the car with you and made payments on it, according to you.
Yes.
And for no good reason, Mr. Sandoval took the car back, even though you were making payments.
Yes.
And you say that he had no reason to do that, so you want all the money that you put in to the car. Mr. Sandoval says that you were either late or you missed some payments, and then you got arrested and went to jail, and he repossessed the car. You are also claiming that Mr. Sandoval trashed a lot of your stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Sandoval says that he gave you plenty of opportunity to come and get it. When you didn't come and get it, he threw it away.
I donated it.
You donated it. And Mr. Sandoval then has a counterclaim because he says you stole some checks that belonged to him.
She did.
Okay. So let me hear about this arrangement for the car.
Okay. We both work for the same company. We live together as a blended family. I raised his children. He helped. You know, we have 4 between us. And then business got slow right after 9/11, and his boss decided to close the door and not renew his business license, so I was laid off immediately. Mike had to continue to work because he had to tie up loose ends with the customers. So he said we'd be okay for a few months, so I started looking for work in December. And then come the 1st of January, I got a job. So we had like 4 company vehicles and everything at the house.
Could you speak slowly?
We had 4 company vehicles, so I got to drive one of the trucks all the time. So then Mike said, I don't know how much longer we'll have this one truck, so you better start saving for a car. So come February...
What year are we talking about?
2002. So February, Mike asked me how much money I had saved, and I went and got my money out of my closet, which was in the garage that he built for me, and I had $1,000. And Mike was all proud of me, and I was excited.
Could we fast forward a little bit,
Anyway,
please?
I had saved $1,000. Mike said he would help me because he didn't want me to get taken advantage of being a woman out looking for a car.
Could you fast forward, please? Bought a car. The agreement was that you would
The
make
agreement
the
was I'd pay him.
The agreement was that you would make the payments on it.
Yes.
When did you get the car?
In March of 2002.
What were the payments?
$201.
Due when?
On the 15th.
And were you supposed to make those payments to him or to the bank correctly?
To him.
Even though you were living together as a blended family?
Yes. I had to pay half of everything.
I don't care about half of everything. I'm talking about strange...
I paid everything. Our agreement.
Shh. I don't care about half the bills. You had half the family there. Half the bills was fine. Sir, didn't you understand? I saw you put your hand up. You don't have to go to the bathroom, do you?
Nope.
Then just wait.
Okay.
$201 is paid directly to him on the 15th of each month. And April 2002 was your first payment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Did you pay him by check or cash?
Money order.
And you have copies of those?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see them, please? You're supposed to pay him $205 or $201?
It was $201.99. I just made it $205 each month.
Is that right, Mr. Sandoval?
It was $201.99, and she made it
$205.
$205 every month.
So the answer is yes. Well, I see in December you only paid
105.
105?
Yes, ma'am. I paid him 105 with a balance of 97. He got belligerent, like on the 11th. He went to the doctor, and I called him after work and said, how'd it go? Because something was wrong with his kidneys. And anyway, that night when we got home, he was saying to his son, how come the C person hasn't left yet? And he's calling me all these vulgar names in front of his son. So we were just hoping he'd fall asleep and pass out and go to bed. So I just ignored it. And the next morning, he called me at work and said, why aren't you out of the house yet? Why aren't you out of the house yet? And called me every name there is. And so I went and stayed with my children who don't live with me anymore. And I stayed there a few nights till he calmed down.
How old are your children?
They are 18 and 20.
Who do they live with?
They lived with their dad.
When did they move out and live with their dad?
About a year and a half ago.
About 3 years ago when she went to jail.
For what?
She went to jail for credit card fraud. And I called their dad up and said, I'm not paying for them. Come and get your kids.
That is not true, Your Honor.
And their dad finally come and got them. It took me a while to get them out of there, but their dad did come and get them because she got 1 year in the county jail.
I object.
And I wasn't about to continue paying for her kids.
Okay.
She objected to going to jail, too.
That is not true.
Miss Papp, just wait until I speak to you. Okay. Do you understand? That doesn't answer why you only gave him $105 in December.
Because that's...
Shh. You're supposed to pay him $202.
Right, I had a balance of $97 that I had talked to him that I was going to give him like in the next week, which wasn't a problem. I mean, we lived together.
Okay. Were you arrested in January?
Your Honor, she did not live there at that time.
Were you arrested in January?
I left. He choked me, Your Honor.
Would you answer my question?
Yes, because of him.
You were arrested in January.
December 31st.
On a no-bail warrant. That's not because of me.
Mr. Sandoval.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You were arrested on December 31st. By December 31st, had you in fact paid the other $97?
No, I did not.
So you breached your agreement with him?
Yes.
Good.
$97.
Yeah, I don't care what it was, $97 or $197
yes,
or whatever. You breached your agreement with him.
But we had talk. I mean, I've been with this guy, and I just lost my mother. You know, it's like I had a balance of $97. I just paid him $700 for my car insurance for the whole year.
When did you, Mr. Sandoval, take the car back?
I took the car back January 17th, I think I repossessed the vehicle.
From where?
From where her kids stay, not at their dad's, but her kids stay at a friend's house.
Was she in jail at the time?
She was in jail because she tried to break in my home on December 31st, and my daughter called the police, and the police caught her in the neighbor's yard, and she had and my son was also out there, which is a witness. She had all her cat burglar stuff on. She had gloves on.
Yeah, she is lying.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I see you don't like each other anymore.
That's not true.
Well, if you still like him after what he said about your children after 10 years, then what I'm telling you is you got to screw loose.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Kathleen Papp says ex-boyfriend Michael Sandoval gave away her clothes and other belongings. Michael says she abandoned the property.
Mr. Sandoval, can you
lying.
just answer my questions? I would just like to get through with this case, get the information that I need. You repossessed the car on or about January 17th.
Yes.
Had you received any car payment on January 15th?
No.
Did you make any car payment on January 15th?
He took the car January 15th, and no, I did not.
Shh, just a minute. By January 15th, had you made a payment of the $97 that you owed him?
I did
All
not.
right, so you were in breach of the agreement. You were entitled to nothing on your complaint.
She was
With
in
regard
jail.
to the, I'm speaking.
Okay.
I'm going to handle this my way.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I see you don't like each other anymore.
No, that's not
just
true.
fine.
That's not true.
Well, if you still like him after what he said about your children after 10 years, then what I'm telling you is you got to screw loose. So can we get to the next part of your complaint? Just answer my questions, Miss Papp. It's late and I'm tired. You're not entitled to anything on the car. You breached your contract.
For $97?
Well, it wasn't $97. At this point, it's $97 for one. I'm speaking. $97 for 1 month, and January's car payment you failed to make on time as well. So that's not $97. That's $202 plus $97. You are now a month and a half in arrears. He's entitled to repossess the car. Period. End of discussion. Now, let us move on to...
Your Honor.
I'm speaking. Let us move on to the stuff that you did not get out of the house. When did you get rid of her stuff?
I got rid of it December the 31st.
What did you get rid of?
9 boxes of clothes. She had already taken... Okay.
When did she move out of the house, Mr. Sandoval?
In August of 2002.
Where did she move to?
She moved to Ray and Geneva's house, some friends of mine.
I object. They're not friends of his. He's lying. He's lying.
Are you on medication?
No.
Then you better learn to be quiet unless I'm talking to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So she was not living there in
No,
December.
she was not.
She wasn't living there in November.
No, she was not.
May I speak?
Not yet.
He's not being truthful. I have something else I need to say.
There's not a question before you, madam.
Because I took
There
him
is not a question before you.
I took him before to court. We made an agreement.
About what?
This car.
What do you mean you took him to court
Yeah,
before?
in
about
March.
the car?
I originally see. Shh. I need to explain myself because he's
No.
made me nervous.
Pay attention to me. You took him to court before in March of 2003?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you see a judge?
Yes.
Did the judge make an order?
He asked us to go out in the hall and make an agreement. We did.
The judge dismissed it.
Listen, please. We made an agreement. We came back in. He said, okay, come back April 10th, and we'll see if everything's okay. Mike said, you have till 7 o'clock tonight to give me that $600 for the car payment. Well, January, February, March, his daughter's been driving my car. Yes, he took it January 15th out of my girlfriend's driveway.
Oh, please, I'm not interested, Miss Papp. You breached the agreement, period, end of discussion.
You know,
I'm asking you...
Why am I going to be out $4,000? And then, on top of it, the reason I left him is because he choked me. And look at this, my dresses, went in my closet and stabbed all my dresses. Like, there were 20 stab holes in like this. There are stab holes in this one that he's done
I'm going
to
to
me.
give you one more second to close your mouth unless I ask you a question. Otherwise, I'm dismissing your entire claim. Do
Yes,
you
ma'am.
understand?
Yes.
The next time you interrupt, speak out of turn.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm dismissing your entire claim without giving you any further opportunity to speak. Do we understand
Yes,
each other?
ma'am.
I want to know where you were living in October of 2002.
I had stayed at my girlfriend Geneva's.
That's all. That's the answer.
Yes.
I want to know where you were living in November of 2002.
Really, most of the time.
I want to know where you were living.
With Mike.
That's not true at all.
That is not true. I'm going to give it to you again. Where were you living in November of 2002?
Geneva's, but I was with him all the time, Your Honor.
Okay. When did you get rid of her stuff?
January 31st.
Tell me under what circumstances you got rid of her stuff. You told me it was December.
It was December 31st.
Get it straight.
It is.
I don't want to hear you.
I got a lot of dates. It was January the 31st. I did ask her to move in August. She did, but we continued dating some until December. The whole time I wanted her to get her things out. She had all her.
So what you're telling me, sir, is...
I didn't speak.
Then put your hand down. Then I'm going to modify my prior order, which is if you either speak or in any way interrupt these proceedings, I'm going to dismiss your claim.
Yes, ma'am.
So what you're telling me, Mr. Sandoval, is that while she was living at her friend Geneva's, you were dating, and occasionally she was sleeping at your house.
That's correct.
That's more truthful. And she had some property there.
That's correct.
And she had some property there up until the time you probably had a major altercation on or about December of 2002.
That's exactly right.
And then in January of 2003, you donated her property.
This is right. But this is after I requested from her many times to remove it. Okay. I've asked her children to remove it.
Mr. Sandoval, when just prior to December 31st did Miss Papp sleep in your home?
In December.
You understand, Mr. Sandoval, you cannot have it both ways. You may be saying to her, get your stuff out of the house. I don't want to have anything more to do with you. But in your spare time, if you have some free time, come on over and we'll take a roll in the hay. If she had moved out of your house in August, and from August until December, you had been sending her notes, sending her registered mail, and saying to her, move all of your stuff out of the house. I'm giving you 30 days. And she didn't do it. You would have had every right up until that time to donate her stuff. Do you understand?
Yes, I did do what you said, but it was from December to January, which is 45 days.
It's not enough time.
I gave her 45 days.
It's not enough time.
And it was not...
It's not enough time. You had a 10-year physical and emotional relationship with her. And if you chose to cut it off in August, and probably excellent judgment, then what you shouldn't have done was accept her sexual favors up until December. We understand each other, sir. So, you boxed up clothing and gave it away. along with other personal property that she had, or just clothing?
Just 9 boxes of clothes that she no longer used anyway, just stuff she had left, because she had already taken the majority of her stuff. It was just the stuff that she just never wore anyway. I said,
Whatever,
Kathleen, get
it was
out.
there and you wanted it out of your house.
This is correct.
Okay. Now, other than clothing, was there anything else that you claim he discarded?
Yes, I have a...
I don't want to see that whole tome, madam, because I don't believe a lot of what you say. Tell me what you left.
I was just at the house a week ago, and my stuff is still there in the house, everything.
Like what?
Excuse me?
We weren't there.
Like what?
Like stuff my parents left me, my everything in the kitchen, bathroom, all my pictures, all my videos, everything in our bedroom. There's stuff my mother left me, painted the statuary bookends. They're in his office in the garage. I just seen him the other day, and yes, I was with him. Yes, I was there with him, with Mike.
That is not true at all, Your Honor.
It is. We just went out the other day.
Okay. Court, I will enter an order, and I'm sure Mr. Sandoval won't mind, that 5 days from now, put your hand down. Your case is dismissed. Your case is dismissed. Do you understand?
I'm sorry.
Maybe I have to, I have to hit you over the head with it. But I'm going to enter an order 5 days from today. And the order 5 days from today is that in the company of a peace officer, Ms. Papp is going to be able to come to your house, sir. Go through your house, go through your garage, go through anything that she wants to with a police officer.
Okay.
And anything that she indicates that is hers from her mother's teapot, her mother's photograph, any of that stuff, she's going to take.
Okay.
In addition to that, I am awarding her $250 for her clothing that you threw out, because I believe that since she was in fact gone all but sometimes since August, that most of her clothing that she wanted was with her. But you had no right to discard whatever leftover stuff she decided to leave at your house. You had no right to do that. And I'm going to suggest this to you, Mr. Sandoval. Miss Papp is not totally balanced. Well, I don't know about you, but I know she is not. So I am going to strongly suggest to you that neither you nor your children do anything to throw away, to destroy, to do anything with regard to any property that you may come across that belongs to her, that inadvertently was left behind by her. This does not include household appliances, furniture, mattresses, tables and chairs, anything else. We're talking about sentimental items that she left behind. Do you understand?
Yes, I've tried.
And that will clearly be stated in the order.
Okay.
Now, I want you to tell me about these checks, because that's your counterclaim.
When she was at my house sometime in December, she stole a checkbook from me. I've got a list here of a bunch of checks at all these different stores. In fact, that's how she paid me the December car payment, is with one of my stolen checks, the money she got.
Have you reported that to the police?
Yes, I have.
Are they following it up?
They are. They can't find her. They can't catch her.
What do you mean they can't catch her? She's right here. Listen to me, Mr. Sandoval. As soon as there is a conviction in that case, because I assume that you do not have a handwriting expert here, is that right? Is that right?
That's right.
As soon as there is a conviction in the criminal proceeding, barring any unforeseen eventuality, it is an automatic judgment in your favor in a civil proceeding. But right now, you are not prepared to go through a civil proceeding, sir.
Your Honor, the person that works at Albertsons that she cashed the checks from lives on our block. I have her phone number here. And
I don't care what you have.
She'll ID that she cashed my checks.
I don't care what you have, sir.
Okay.
I'm not calling a witness to, in effect, give testimony in what would be a criminal proceeding before she's even been arrested, charged. Do you understand? You understand me, sir?
I understand you.
Perfect. And if you knew the plaintiff was going to be here today, and if the police couldn't catch her, you should have let them know that she was going to be here today. They could have come and executed the warrant. Do you understand?
I'm not a police officer. I didn't think about that.
Well, you should have if you said they couldn't catch her, sir.
That's what they tell me, because I've asked them several times. How come you haven't done nothing?
Should have let them know she was going to be right here, trying her civil case. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $250 in the order as indicated. Thank you. Step out.
This is case number 81 on the calendar in the matter of Fabella versus Alvarez. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Mr. Fabella, is this your wife?
Yes, it is.
Sit down. Mr. Fabella, Miss Alvarez is your sister.
Yes.
And it is your claim that she should compensate you for false arrest, because she had you arrested for assaulting her, for your wife's medical bills, because your wife got very stressed as a result of this incident, and for all the legal fees that you had to pay as a result of this charge of assault.
That's correct.
Your sister says, and she's counterclaiming because she says that you did in fact assault her, and she is counterclaiming for the assault, for medical bills, pain and suffering, punitive damages. She says she came to your house to try to make peace with you because there's been some family difficulty, and you assaulted her. So, I'm going to hear from your sister first because she's the one who says she was assaulted. So, what were you and your brother fighting about, Miss Alvarez?
It was all about him stating that his wife was claiming that I stole $20 from her 7 years ago, and I had invited him over to a birthday party for my son.
Let's go slow. His wife said
that I had stole $20 from her purse.
7 years ago?
Correct.
And when did she tell that to her husband?
I don't know when she told him, but I didn't know anything about that till September 29th.
And what happened on September 29th? How long are you married, by the way?
10 years this June.
Okay, so what happened on September 29th?
On September 29th, I gave Gabriel a phone call to invite him to my son's 21st birthday party.
Had you been seeing your brother up
I
until
was in his house in the month of August for dinner when my brother from Reading came down. They invited us over and we were there.
Okay, so you were at your brother's as early as August of 2002, correct. And then September 29th you called and invited him to your house for your son's 21st birthday.
Right.
Mr. Fabella, did your sister call you and invite you to a birthday party at her house?
Yes, she did.
And had she been to your house the month before?
Yes, she was.
For dinner?
She was over to accompany my cousin who was visiting me.
Fine, but she was there on a social visit.
Not a social visit.
She wasn't invited.
My cousin.
I didn't ask you anything. That's why I told you to sit down. She was there and she spent time in your home, sir. She wasn't there on business. Or was she there on business?
She was not on business.
She can either be at your house two different ways, business or social.
It would have to be social.
Right. You called on September 29th to invite him to the birthday party, and what happened?
When I called him, he told me that he would be calling me back because he needs to talk to his wife. And when he called me back, he said that he would not be coming to the party due to his wife claiming that I had stolen some money from her purse, and that I would have to apologize to her in order for them to attend.
Okay. Is this the first time you had heard about this
Correct.
theft?
Yes.
Mr. Fabella, did you say anything to your sister in that conversation about your wife claiming that she stole some money from her?
In that phone call conversation, no, I did not.
Well, tell me about the conversation where you alleged this theft.
I would say approximately around mid-September, she called me at work. She wanted to, I don't know, provoke me to be angry at my wife for who knows what reason, and she's trying to find reasons. And I told her that she needed to stay away from us.
Why would she want to provoke an incident with you and your wife in September, sir? You and your wife have been married for 10 years. Let's get to the bottom of it. I don't have all day.
She's made a habit of this with all my brothers and myself, and I wasn't going to stand for it, and I told her she just needed to stay away from us.
Something doesn't sound right, Mr. Fabella. Something sounds very peculiar to me. What did your wife tell you about your sister stealing money from her?
She told me about an incident at my house in which $20 was missing from her purse. She had just gone to the ATM, and they had arrived at my house, and my wife excused herself to the restroom, and she was doing her hair, and when she came out of the bathroom, she had a sense that she needed to look in her purse, and she looked in her purse, and she was missing $20, and my sister was nervous.
When did your wife tell you this had happened?
This happened maybe 3 years prior.
Years before she told you?
Yes.
Years before she told you?
It was years.
So when she called you on the 29th to invite you to the birthday party, you had already had the discussion with her about your wife's recent claim of theft years before. Is that right?
I told him the day that it happened.
I'm not asking you anything.
No, that's what happened.
Do you understand what I just said to you?
That claim was not recent. That was just one example. I was giving my sister what she was demanding from me, that why does Patty hate me so much? You know, what did I ever do to her? And she was looking for reasons, so I gave her a reason, and that was one reason I gave her.
So, called back and said, we're not coming to the 21st birthday party. What did you do, Miss Alvarez?
When I got off the phone, I told my children what he had said on the phone, and my kids said there is no way.
Don't tell me what your kids said.
I
You went
was
over
just-
to his house When did you go over to his house?
On Monday, September 30th.
And who did you go with?
My father.
Is this your father?
Yes.
Step up here, sir. What is your last name?
Mr. Fabella.
Mr. Fabella, you went over with your daughter to your son's house. Why?
To see what the problem was.
To make peace?
Pardon?
To make peace?
Yeah.
Do you have a good relationship with your son?
Oh, yes, I love him.
Have a seat, Mr. Fabella. Thank you. So, what happened when you got over there?
Well, when I got there, my dad went up to the door, and my dad knocked on the door, and he rang the doorbell, in fact, and Gabriel answered the door. And when Gabriel saw that my father was at the door and me behind him, he went into a rage and just went straight at me and just got me and shoved me. He threw me against the stucco of his wall. I fell, and
that was the assault?
Yeah.
Mr. Fabella?
Yes.
You just heard your daughter tell me what happened on that day?
That's right.
Is that what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to call your father a liar? Look at me. You want to call your father a liar?
I'm not going to call my father a liar. That's not what I'm here for.
Good. I would suggest that's a very good idea. Father says he loves you. You have any reason to doubt that?
Those were the intentions my sister made him think that they were going over for. My sister went over to start a fight with my wife and me.
Sir, all I asked was, your father came over and rang the bell.
He did not ring the bell.
Knocked at the door.
He did not knock at the door.
What did he do?
He entered my house. I didn't know he entered my house. I turned around, he was there. I have a Chihuahua, she would have went nuts. She didn't make a sound.
Fine. He entered your house, and? Go ahead. Tell me your version of what happened.
I was at the counter reading my mail with my wife while she was making dinner, and we heard something, and we turned around, and my dad was inside my house.
Where inside the house? Look at me.
We have a bistro table by the front door.
So right near the front door?
Near the front door.
Fine. You saw your father standing at the front door.
And my sister.
And your sister. And what did you do?
I told her to get the hell out of my house. I knew what she was there for.
Shh. You told her to get the hell out of your house, and what did you do?
I yelled at her to get out of my house.
And?
Again and again.
And then what did you do?
What did I do? I told her to get out of my house, and she continued to argue, and she refused, and she just stood there, and she was going to start a fight with my wife, and she's calling her names, saying she's going to kick her ass.
I want to tell you
let's
something.
go right
I
now.
want to tell you
I'm ready to go.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
No, you're a liar.
No.
That's not what happened.
No.
That's not what happened.
That is
She did
not
not.
what happened.
She did not scream and yell when she came in the house with your father.
I was screaming and yelling at her to get
That's
out of
right.
my house.
She was screaming and yelling.
You're a troublemaker.
No, I'm not.
You're a troublemaker.
Yes, she
Oh,
is.
shh, quiet. Your wife's a troublemaker, sir.
No.
My
You wanna
wife
know
is
why
not a
your
troublemaker.
Yes, your wife's a troublemaker.
You were
oh,
not there.
Yeah.
You did not hear
Listen to
her
me.
what she said
Listen
when
to
she
me.
came into my house. You
Listen
were
to
not
me.
there. You did not call my wife a
did not-
troublemaker. She is not the troublemaker.
She did not go over to your
And
house,
I'm doing
sir.
exactly what I did that day, defending my wife. She had no right to come into my house and start a fight. I took her out. I pushed her outside. And that's all I did.
right. You pushed her.
I did.
Good. You, Mr. Fabella, you
I was
left
removing
that out.
a threat to my wife.
Pay
She was
careful
trying to slap my
attention to
wife
me,
and
sir.
hit her.
Pay careful attention to me. I am not interested in your macho. You left out, when you were telling me what happened, sir, that you pushed her out of your house. You said you yelled at her, but you left out the fact that you put your hands on her and pushed her out of your house. So your lawsuit, sir, is dismissed for false arrest. You assaulted her. Now I'm going to approach her counterclaim.
I have a police report and a tape recording.
Listen,
She's lied to the police. She's coaching my dad outside my garage door, and it's full on audio tape. She's saying, this is exactly what I was telling you about. Patty's a troublemaker. I want you to come over here and tell you what kind of stuff she's saying about me. She's saying, you know, I slapped, you know, this is the reason Edmund beat my other wife, his wife, and this is why my other brother hit his wife. She came over here trying to provoke me to hit my wife.
Listen to me, sir. You don't have... I'm speaking. I'm speaking. You may push her around. I guarantee you, Mr. Fabella, you don't push me around.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Forget him.
I haven't contacted them, And I don't even know what they're trying to put a restraining
as
order.
a slide of mud. Doesn't get it. Never will.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Gabriel Fabella says his sister, Erlinda Alvarez, owes for a false arrest. Erlinda claims he put his hands on her.
It may be that the defendant came to your house. Maybe that she came to the house to cause trouble. That is a possibility. She didn't get that far.
She was in my house.
She was.
Did you hear?
Was right in front of my face.
She was in my house. We have a recording.
Did you
She's
just?
lying, she's lying to my dad, saying, "Don't say that. Don't you dare go against me and take your Gabriel and put him first."
Did you just hear what I said to you?
I heard what you said.
Good. You had no right to put your hands on your sister.
She walked into my house, and I have a police report from the police. And first she's saying she got through the door, then she's correcting herself after the police go back out and tell her what we were saying inside the house.
I have zero sympathy for you, sir. Only a little sympathy. Not with regard to this case, but I have a little sympathy for you. How were you injured?
Okay, I have
just let me
here.
see your injuries, that's all.
Okay.
Okay, so you were black and blue, is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
I'd like to see those.
Absolutely.
I also have the police report, Your Honor, here stating the whole situation of what happened.
Not interested. I just heard the whole situation about what happened. I heard it from your father.
I have a police report that says all she had was a scratch.
That's enough. That's enough.
From the stucco wall.
That's enough. That's not, I mean, what is she looking for here? $5,000 in your dreams. You understand what I'm saying to you? In your dreams.
I can explain to you why I want the $5,000 that I want to sue him for.
Sure, tell me.
What happened
Tell me,
is that...
but I want to tell you something.
Okay.
I think he's got a problem.
Yes, he does.
I think he has a problem.
Her?
I don't know. Well, I'm beginning to feel more sorry for you, sir.
No. I currently have a temporary restraining order on her.
Would you do me a favor? Would you get her out of here? Sure. Go.
This way, man.
Go ahead. Now you can tell me why you think that...
Your Honor, what happened is that during the situation when this was happening, I was on disability due to some female problems, and I had to have surgery. And the day that I went over to his house, I had just got out of the emergency, you know, and my dad was with me. And my husband, Michael, said, you need to get on the plane and get over here to Hawaii to get away from all this so that I wouldn't stress out. So I went to Hawaii, and during Christmas time, after speaking to all my family, they told me to drop the charges on my brother, which I did. I wrote him a Christmas card, told him to let things be bygones because he's my brother, and I don't want to do this to him. I know that this is all because of his wife, because my brothers happen to be married to women that are like that. My family does not function in that way. And I thought he was going to let it go. Then all of a sudden in January, my husband gets they knock on his door, and they tell him that they're there to serve me. And I'm like, serve me for what? And what it was papers that he was trying to serve me for a restraining order. I'm in Hawaii. I'm living in Hawaii, and he's trying to get me restrained when I'm in Hawaii?
Can I see the application for the restraining order? Do you have it? You have your application for the restraining order? I'd like to see it, please.
And we went to court on that, and the judge in Fresno denied it.
So is that the reason that you're asking for $5,000?
No, because I had to go over there and buy tickets for my husband and I to fly home.
Okay, I got it. How come your wife said to the police, sir, this whole story, portraying her in a very bad light, but never said that you actually pushed her out the door and off your property? How come? You know what your wife told the police? My husband escorted her outside. That's what it said.
I did.
God, he was stupid. And you also say, I escorted Erlinda out of the front door. How did you do that, sir?
By the shoulder. I led her by the shoulder,
Oh,
and
you
then
led
when
her
she
by
got
the
to the
shoulder. How
threshold,
come?
I pushed her out.
Got to remember what you say, Mr. Fabella.
I know what I'm saying. I pushed her out. I was trying to get her out of my house.
You pushed her? Well, there's a difference between pushing her out of your house, sir, and you said to me before, she just got a scratch from the stucco. Isn't that what you said?
I pushed. She was standing on the threshold,
you just told
and
me
she fell
just
back
got
and scratched her arm against the stucco wall. My
I
front
never
door is right
even
next to the
entered
wall.
his house, Your Honor. I never stepped into his home.
I don't find, Miss Alvarez, that you were seriously injured as a result of this incident. It was a very unfortunate incident. Should never have happened.
She should never come to my house.
Forget him.
I know. I have.
Forget him.
I haven't contacted them, and I don't even know what they're trying to put a restraining order.
A slide of mud. Thick as a slide of mud. Doesn't get it. Never will. I'm not saying you did everything right, but if your sister comes to your house with your father, a person who you know loves you and cares about you,
I have other restraining orders that have been granted against my sister for the same kind of behavior.
Why don't you listen to what I'm saying, sir? Why don't you listen? If your father comes to your house with your sister and you love your father, you do not do anything in front of your father to aggravate him. How old is your father?
74.
75.
Has he been a good father to you? Has he been a good father to you?
Yes.
Then you do nothing to aggravate him. You don't push your sister out in the stucco, and you say to your wife, listen, when my father leaves and my sister leaves, we don't have to have anything more to do with her. I'm not going to aggravate my father over this. That's what you do. That's what you do. Because you can have a lot of wives, sir. You can only have one father. Do I make myself clear? Your case is dismissed. You get $500 on your counterclaim. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Yeah, this is case number 119 on the calendar in the matter of Mack versus Lopez Winangle. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Mack, it is your claim that you sold a car to one of these defendants. I don't know which one. Which one? Lopez?
Yes.
I don't know who you are. Sit down.
You sit down.
Sit down. You sold a car to Mr. Lopez, and he hasn't paid you for the car.
That's correct.
Mr. Lopez says he did not buy a car from you. He bought a car from somebody whose name is Mr. Stanley. You were merely the go-between. He owes you a finder's fee, and he wishes he could find Mr. Stanley because he owes him money, too, and he hasn't paid him. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
And where's the car?
The car's in my garage.
Okay, so you're lucky. You have a car, but you haven't paid for, and you haven't paid the finder's fee, right? So you have everything.
Correct. As of right now, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, Mr. Mack, tell me about this car and the surrounding circumstances of the sale.
I agreed to buy a car off of Mr. Stanley, who's present in the courtroom.
That's Mr. Stanley.
Yes,
oh,
it is.
Nice to see you.
And we had negotiated a price. I had showed... I'm sorry, go ahead.
You agreed to buy a car from Mr. Stanley.
That's correct.
What year car was this?
1990.
1990 what?
Chevy Cavalier, two-door.
Was it running?
Yes. Tell the truth. I'm sorry.
And Mr. Stanley,
Yes, ma'am.
what were you going to sell him the car for? How much? Mr. Stanley, look at me. That's not a hard question, sir. The questions are going to get harder.
Oh, I sold the car to Mr. Mack for $500.
On what date did you sell it to him for $500?
On around the end of July.
End of July doesn't help me, sir.
Maybe July 29th, 2002.
And why were you selling it?
Because my wife and I built a new house and we had to move it. It was in the driveway and it was off the road.
Because it wasn't running?
No, it did run.
Did it run the length of the driveway, or could you take it on a trip to Canada?
You could have took it on a trip to California, Your Honor.
No, you
Perfect.
couldn't.
So you were selling this well-running car that you could drive cross-country for $500 to Mr. Mack.
Right.
Okay, Mr. Mack. Now, Mr. Lopez was a friend of yours, is that right?
An acquaintance.
Acquaintance, who you knew was looking for a car, and you told him that you had a car.
That's correct.
When did you sell him the car?
Well, right after I had purchased the car from Mr. Stanley, I had shown Mr. Lopez
You mean
the car.
a day later?
Yes,
So say July 30th, you sold it to Mr. Lopez for how much?
that's correct, for $1,000. I had shown Mr.
He's lying.
Lopez the car. I had shown Mr. Lopez the car. He agreed that he liked the car. I told him I wanted $1,000 for it.
He's lying.
Mr. Lopez?
I'm sorry,
I
Your
don't
Honor.
want you to say anything until
Yes,
I
ma'am.
ask you a question.
Yes,
Do
ma'am.
you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you were going to make a quick $500.
That's correct.
How do you know Mr. Stanley?
Friends with his son.
How did you come to a price of $500, sir?
That's what I had into the car. To get it back in running condition, I had new brakes, rotors, tires, exhaust system.
So why did you want to sell it for $500, sir?
That's what I had into it. I sold the house, I had to move the car.
Fine. Now, when you sold the car to Mr. Mack, did you turn over the title to him? The answer is either yes or no.
No.
Did you have the title?
Yes.
Did Mr. Mack pay you for it?
He gave me $300.
So he hasn't paid you for it.
Then Mr. Lopez and Mr. Mack came to the house, and Rob Mack told me that Lopez was buying the car. I didn't ask how much. I said, "You going to be able to pay for the car?" He said, "Yeah. My brother's got a
taco stand.
Could you do me a favor? Don't help him out.
Yeah.
Okay.
A taco stand or a hot dog stand at the carnival. Just a second. I'm going to
So
work
what
at.
you're telling me, Mr. Stanley, is that Mr. Mack agreed to purchase your car for $500 on the 29th of July. You did not turn over the title to him. You did not make an exchange of any documents with him, but he gave you $300.
Right.
And you have not been paid the other $200. Is that right?
No. Robert Mack gave me another $100. I gave him the title because we were in the shuffle of moving.
Just a second. So now you've got $400 towards the total purchase
Right.
price of the car.
And he still owes me.
So you're still owed $100
Right.
on the car.
Right.
Okay. Who's got the title to the car? You do.
Yes, ma'am.
Interesting. Now, sit down for a moment,
Thank
please. Okay, so as far as you're concerned, Mr. Mack, you got how much money from Mr. Lopez?
Like $20.
Okay. Now, Mr. Lopez, you
Yes,
tell me
ma'am.
your version of this fairy story.
That was a good story they came up
Okay,
with.
let me hear your version of it, sir.
End of July, around July 25th, 26th, me and Mr. Mack were together. I said I was talking to him about I needed a car, and he said, well, I know somebody that's got one. He's selling it for $200. Let's go look at it. All right, let's go. We went out there that minute. I believe it was in front of his daughter's house. It looked like it was sitting there about 2 years or maybe a year. It had weeds around it. I really didn't care. I just needed a winter car, so I was like, okay. Me and Mr. Mack went to in the back of Mr. Stanley's house where Mr. Stanley was doing something with his horses. And Mr. Mack told Mr. Stanley, I got a buyer. You know, can we get the keys? Mr. Stanley said, you know what, I'm doing something right now. Come back in about an hour. I'll have the keys for you. Me and Rob then went back to the car again so I could just look over it while we're waiting for Mr. Stanley to get the keys. We open the door and there's bees all in there.
Bees?
Bees' nests, yes, ma'am. So me and Mr. Mack go to the gas station about a mile down the road and get hornet spray, come back, spray it all out. Open the hood, there's more bees. Like I said, we cleaned out all the bees. By that time, Mr. Mack's ready to go to
Just
Mr.
a
Stanley.
second. So far, does that sound like something that could have happened? You don't make up that story, right?
Oh, that could have happened.
Yeah. You don't make up that story. I mean, you can make up a lot of stories, but that story you don't make up. Nope. Right?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He said acquaintance. I've known this gentleman for over 8 years.
If Mr. Mack wants me to believe him,
He's an
you were
acquaintance.
merely an acquaintance
Right.
because when somebody is a friend, you wouldn't screw him like he screwed you.
Right.
And later today,
Do you have any evidence here?
No, I don't have any evidence.
So you have no evidence. You're coming to court. You have to bring more than a smile when you come to court.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Robert Mack Jr. claims former friend Joshua Lopez owes for a car he bought from his friend. Joshua claims Robert is pulling a scam.
Go ahead.
Okay. Like I said, me and Mr. Mack went back to Mr. Stanley's house. By that time, he finally gives us a single key on a ring. I don't know, might have had a little ornament or something on it. And we go back, start it up. I said, well, can I drive it up and down the road, you know? And Mr. Stanley was not present at the time. It was just me and Mr. Mack. I drove it up and down the road. It was okay. He said, how do you want to get back to Lockport? I said, I'll just drive it. No registration, no insurance, no plates, no nothing. I'll just
I
drive
had
it. Let's
dealer
go.
plates, Your Honor, when we moved the car.
He's lying. He's got a lot of stories.
Mr. Lopez, don't make it worse.
Okay,
So far, you're
apologize.
doing
It's just-
okay.
I came here to tell the truth, and they're that's...
So far, I haven't heard anything about negotiating price.
Okay. When we were looking at it, before we went to the store, me and him talked. He said, Mr. Stanley only wants $200 for the car. I don't know what he's talking about, $5,000 or $1,000. He said, you give me $250, $50 for me being the finder, $200 for Mr. Stanley, we'll call it a day. I said, that's fine with me, $200 for a winter car, that's good. And then we went back to Mr. Stanley's trailer house. He asked, do you want to buy it? I said, yes, I do. He looked at Mr. Mack and said, can you trust this guy for me to give him the title and the keys, and he's going to pay us? Rob said, yes. You know, I'll give you my word, he's going to pay me. If not, then I'll pay for it. So we go back to the car. We had an extension cord. I tied to the bumper and tied to the bumper of the car he was driving. And to act like we were pulling it, I drove the car. He drove the front one. We took the first right, and the cord broke. So I just pulled over, and a guy pulled over to help us. Do you need help? I said, no. Before the cops come and I go to jail for driving this car with no registration, no insurance, no plates, no nothing, let's just drive it. So he's like, oh, okay. He gets in his car. I do like 90 all the way home. That's, you know.
When did you get the title?
I arrived home with Mr. Mack accompanying behind me. We started talking about 3 days before I left for Syracuse State Fair, which is in like the end of the second week or third week of August.
Meanwhile, you haven't been driving the car?
No. It's been parked. Never has been put on the road since then. Never has been driven.
Why?
It didn't have a new muffler system. My brother paid for a new muffler for it. I have pictures of a brand new starter we put in it. After I got it home, the next day I tried to start it. It wouldn't start. The starter died.
Okay. You got the title when?
3 days before I left for Syracuse State Fair.
How?
Mr. Mack brought it to my house.
Okay,
And my
when he
girlfriend
came-
Tony was present at the time.
When he brought it to your house, didn't he ask you for any money?
No, he did not. Our agreement was for me to pay him off of the contract that I signed with Syracuse State Fair. When I got back, I was to pay him.
What were you doing at the Syracuse State Fair?
My brother met an individual, a gentleman where he works for, and we do pizzas, like in the little fried dough concession stands and the lemonade and pizza.
Okay,
at
so
carnivals.
you were,
We were running one of
you
them.
had a food concession.
Yep.
Okay, so you haven't paid Mr. Mack his $50.
No.
And you haven't paid anything to Mr. Stanley.
No.
Okay, now Mr. Stanley says he's only owed another $100. Is that right?
That's right. From Mr. Mack.
You don't care who you get it from, right?
No, Your Honor. I don't care.
Your Honor, I'd also like to show you the value. I went on the computer, the value of the car that I sold Mr. Lopez.
Let me explain something to you, Mr. Mack. You're not going to get $1,000. Do you understand that?
Okay.
Thank you.
Even if I believe probably bits and snippets of both of these stories, I think that what you did was overreaching. Listen, I don't know if this is an appropriate word for a judge to use, but I'm going to use it. Either you screwed Mr. Stanley or you screwed Mr. Lopez. Because if you're going to show me the value of a car, then you shouldn't have screwed Mr. Stanley because he sold your car for $500, or you screwed Mr. Lopez because you sold it to him less than 24 hours later, if I were to believe you, and doubled your money without paying a penny.
I thought that
So
was...
you screwed either him or you screwed him. So from this court, you're not getting your $1,000. Do you understand?
That's perfectly fine,
Perfectly fine. $50 finder's fee, I would say, for not doing any work at all whatsoever, that's pretty reasonable. I think that's, for somebody who's an acquaintance, that's a pretty reasonable thing.
Ma'am, may I say something, please?
Go ahead.
He said acquaintance. I've known this gentleman for over 8 years. He hung at my house. He spent the night. That's more than an acquaintance to me.
Listen to me.
Right now,
maybe to you, but if Mr. Mack wants me to believe him, you were merely an acquaintance because when somebody is a friend, you wouldn't screw him like he screwed you.
You're right.
Now, I don't believe you, Mr. Lopez, that you were going to spend $200 for this car. And I'm going to tell you why. I believe $500 is a more appropriate figure. Because why would Mr. Stanley over here say that he was already paid $400? That is what you testified, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're owed another $100.
Yes, ma'am.
And you don't care who you get that from.
You're right.
So you say that you owe Mr. Stanley $200.
$200 because that was a...
So this is what we're going to do. You're going to be real happy about this. You only have to pay Mr. Stanley $100.
Okay.
You have to show me where you paid Mr. Stanley $400. Can you do that?
Other than his word, I have no paperwork because
I don't know whether I don't know if he knows whether today is Tuesday. You know what we're talking about? You know what I'm talking about with you, sir? I don't know if he knows what today is Tuesday, and I don't know what kind of scam you're pulling, but I'm getting really irritated.
No,
so you are entitled to a $50 finder's fee, which Mr. Lopez says he agreed to pay you.
I did.
That's all you're entitled to.
Question, Your Honor. If I bought the car from Mr. Stanley for $500,
Show me a purchase bill of sale.
he wouldn't give me one until I paid him for the until I paid him the $500. Why would he write me a bill of sale if I didn't
He
pay him
could
the
write
money?
you a note saying that you had given him $300 down or $400 down. You still owe him $100. I've sold my car on this 29th day of July 2002 to Mr. Mack for the amount of $500. He's given me $300 down, owes me another $200. Signed, what's your first name?
Robert.
Robert Stanley. That's very simple, right? See, when you try to be a con artist, that's what happens, Mr. Mack. When you try to outsmart people, then sometimes you get outsmarted yourself. You're entitled from Mr. Lopez the amount of $50. That's finder's fee, because I believe that part of Mr. Lopez's testimony that that's what you told him you wanted, $50 for finding this car. Who paid for the bee spray?
I did.
That's all. And if Mr. Stanley wants his $100 back that he says he didn't get, which I'm not so sure about, what he's going to have to do is he's going to have to sue one of you. Bye. From him, you get $50, because that's what you agreed to.
That's fine. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
First, I just want to say hi to a couple people. My girlfriend, Stacia Stanley, my sister, parents.
Our original agreement was 50 finder's fee, 200 for Mr. Stanley.
I bought the car off of Mr. Stanley for $500. I got conned. Only in America.
A con artist tried to come in here and scam somebody and got conned. That's it.
You know, this is America, and I got conned out of my money.
Judge Judy pinned it on the nose. He's a con artist.
A con artist.
He's nothing but a liar, a con artist, and he's trailer trash.
Yeah, we were friends, but, you know, friends backstab.
He made an agreement with me. He stabbed me in my back.
Friends like that, you don't need enemies.
Bartender Cheryl Richter is suing her former best friend, clerk Debbie Parker, for a series of unpaid loans. Debbie says the money was never a loan.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 296 on the calendar in the matter of Richter versus Parker. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Miss Richter, you and the defendant were best friends, according to the complaint that I've read. You claimed that you made a series of loans to her. She did not pay you back. As a result of that, you didn't have enough money to allow your daughter to be on the cheerleading squad. Ms. Parker says that you always made more money than she did. You were best friends. There was never any loan. You did things together, and you paid for it because you had more money.
Yes.
How long have you been friends?
Approximately 8 years.
And tell me about the first loan that you claim to have made.
Well, the first loan, I was approached in May of 2001. Debbie needed to attend a wedding out of state, and her credit cards were maxed out, so she needed to use mine to purchase the tickets for the airlines.
Who was supposed to go to the wedding?
Debbie and her daughter, Jessica.
Only the two of them?
Yes.
Was this
correct.
a wedding that you were supposed to attend as well?
I was approached about attending the wedding a few months earlier, and I had let Debbie know that I would not be unable to attend.
At the time you put her tickets on your credit card, had you already told her that you weren't going to the wedding?
Yes, I had already told her weeks before that I would not be attending.
And how much were those tickets?
The airline tickets were $500.
Let me see. Did you ask her to put your airline tickets on her credit card?
I told Cheryl that I wasn't going to be able to go to the wedding because I didn't have enough funds, and she offered to help me, but not with the understanding that I would pay her back. Cheryl has always helped me in the past, and if there was ever agreement to pay her back, I always have.
So you tell me your version of how it came about, because now I understand that she actually did pay for the tickets. And I want you to tell me how it came about.
How it came
Look
about.
at me.
Yes. How it came about was that myself and my daughter Jessica, we were going to go with Cheryl and Lauren back to my niece's wedding. While we were back east, we were going to also go to New York, hang out, have some fun. And we've gone on vacations many times before. When the time came closer to purchase the tickets, Cheryl did tell me that she could not go. I think she had something going on with her daughter. But it wasn't very early on in the planning. It was fairly close, maybe a month or two before we were going to go.
A month or two was not very close. Not the last minute, as you indicate in your answer to me. Say at the last minute she canceled out. She did not cancel out at the last minute. She canceled out at least a month before.
It could have been a month before.
She didn't cancel out. She said, I'm not going. Go ahead.
Right.
And you said?
I said, okay. And I hung up. Went on with my couple of weeks before I was getting ready to go. When I was going to make airline arrangements for myself and my daughter, I found that I did not have the funds at that time. And I called Cheryl and we talked. She offered to put this...
No, talking. Tell me what you did when you called her.
But it wasn't unusual for us to call each other.
You just told me you called her.
Right. I called her. We talked on the phone.
What did you say to her and what did she say to you?
We probably said, how's
Not
Lauren
probably.
doing? I don't remember the exact conversation, word by word, but I did tell her that I didn't think I was going to be able to go because I didn't have the funds. Cheryl offered to put it on her credit card.
Okay. And you have to pay her back.
This isn't unusual.
No good deed is... Shh, be quiet.
In the past, if she has
I don't
ever
care
lent
about,
me any
listen to
money,
me.
I have always paid her back.
Listen to me, my dear.
This was not an
Listen
arranged-
to me, my dear. This was your niece's wedding.
Yes.
Your answer suggested that this was a wedding that you were both supposed to go to, that at the last minute she canceled out. She had put all the tickets on her credit card. She said, I'm not going. But for the fact that you were going together as a group, you wouldn't have gone at all. That's not really what happened. What happened is she gave you plenty of notice. I'm not going to the wedding. I have something else to do. A month or two in advance. You were going to put it on your credit card. You didn't have enough credit on your credit card. You pick up the phone, you call her. Because that's what you just started to tell me.
Yes.
You have to pay her back. What's the next loan for?
After she returned from the wedding, approximately a week later, she called me and told me that she needed to borrow some cash to pay bills either towards her rent or utilities or what have you. She needed $500 and wanted to know if I would be able to lend that to her. I said that I would, and outside of the airline tickets, there's the hotel expenses on there as well when she went to the wedding. And I went to her house and I brought her a check, and she still told me that she would be paying me back within about approximately 2 months.
Do you have a copy of that check?
Yes, I do.
May I see it, please? Okay. Let's hear about it, Miss Parker.
Up until right now, when she just handed you the check, I did not remember that. I did not remember about $500. I was going to come here and tell you I didn't owe it because I didn't remember.
Yeah, I see it in your answer that you say that she never gave you any cash. Okay. What else?
Then after that, we went to a concert.
After that, when?
September, Labor Day weekend. The four of us. I purchased all 4 concert tickets and was to be reimbursed for the concert tickets as well as the charges on the credit card and the $500.
How much were the concert tickets?
Each ticket was $56.25, so it was $102.50 for the 2 concert tickets.
What about the concert tickets?
In August, we met at Islands to celebrate my daughter's birthday. She told me that weekend she had tickets to go to a concert, and she invited us to go. We went. She never said anything about paying her back. She was a good friend of mine.
Was a good friend. A good friend doesn't borrow money and
then
not
why
pay
didn't you
it
ever
back.
say anything? I mean, our children talked online for a year, and she never said anything to me about this. And also, they invited us to her house for 4th of July. What was that?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I don't have that kind of money either, so I had to use the fundraising.
We could have raised the funds to pay.
You could have asked.
Listen
you
to
could
me.
have just said something to me.
Ladies.
Instead of waiting a year and then doing this to me.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cheryl Richter claims former friend Debbie Parker owes for several unpaid loans. Cheryl says her daughter can't be a cheerleader until Debbie repays the money.
Miss Parker, let me ask you this question. What do you think
I don't
precipitated
know.
this? Maybe it was because she felt taken advantage of. If you didn't
If she
remember
would have just said one word to me like, I need help, can you help me?
Well, when was the first time she told you that she wanted you to give her this money back?
On July 5th of this year,
Yes.
I received a letter I tried to contact her to make some type of arrangements. I was trying to figure out what the heck was going on. She never returned my calls.
And you can't think of any reason that that happened.
I was hoping to find out from her why she's doing this to me, why she's standing there lying.
No, there's no lying. There's no lying.
When
you did, in fact, listen to me, Miss Parker. You did, in fact, borrow $500. You said to me, I didn't remember it until I saw the check.
That's true.
So it's $500, and it's well over a year. You never paid her back. But there had to be something, July 4th, something must have triggered it. I read her complaint. She says what triggered it was she didn't have money to sign her daughter up for cheerleading.
That's correct. And in fact, when we went to the concert in September, first of all, Debbie did acknowledge that she owed the money. She told me she had forgot her checkbook. And she told me that she was sorry that she hadn't paid me back yet. And she was coming over the next night for dinner. And when she came over that night, she was out of checks.
That's not true.
And then I ran into her after that in October, I believe, having dinner and drinks with coworkers. My daughter ran into her at the mall shopping at Christmas. And in April of 2002, when my daughter was to try out for an all-star cheer squad, she went to the practices. She was approached by the coach. She was a year too young for the squad, but because her abilities were up to the level of the squad members, they would make an allowance. Well, I wasn't able to allow her to try out because I found out the cost was $2,000.
$2,000 to try out for cheerleaders?
For the entire year, including travel expenses. They're a top-ranked team in the nation, so they go to Texas and Florida for nationals. It would be for all the training as well as all of the uniforms.
Did you have to come up with the $2,000 up front?
Within a few weeks, so there was no time for me to fundraise to try to raise that money. So the coach called me the day of tryouts inquiring about whether or not she was going to try out. I just told the coach owner that I didn't know. I was embarrassed to tell her that I couldn't afford it.
Okay, so you got irritated. I
got irritated. Plus, Debbie's daughter, Jessica, is on a cheer squad, and she was able to find the $1,500 for her to participate last year and is once again on that cheer squad. Yet I'm saying no to my daughter because of the debt.
Gotcha.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I saw Cheryl, yes, out when I was at a restaurant with her girlfriend. Cheryl came in, no problem. Hey, we hugged. I go, my God, you look great. You just got back from Tahiti. She wasn't angry with me. She didn't say a word to me about any of this.
Something happened. I have a sense that whatever happened...
Maybe it was this whole thing about cheerleading, but let me tell you, please, I didn't pay a penny for her to go on cheerleading. So you should get your facts right.
Talk to me.
I didn't pay a penny.
Did she have a scholarship?
No. I fundraised. I sold entertainment books to get her on the cheerleading squad at her high school. Because I don't have that kind of money either, so I had to use the fundraising.
We could have raised the funds to pay.
No.
You could have asked.
Listen
you
to
could
me.
have just said something to me.
Ladies.
Instead of waiting a year and then doing this to me.
Miss Parker, please don't fight with each other. Gone beyond that. Just think about this. She can't fundraise to pay you back.
I understand that.
You understand that. And it's really unfortunate that a friendship denigrated to where we are. I have a feeling it is about the cheerleading. She's told you that she didn't have the money, that she fundraised. You didn't have time to do that. And I assume that it has to do with your kids, because nothing could make a mother get the tentacles out.
I just feel that this debt was not a priority to her. She found
may not have
had
been.
the time and the effort.
It may not have been.
But she owes me the money, and it doesn't matter.
She owes you the money.
It doesn't matter if I make more money. It doesn't matter if I make less money. She owes me the money.
You are absolutely 100% right. There is no faster way of destroying a friendship than lending money. Period. I'm much older than you ladies are, and I'm telling you, based upon what I've seen, the one who lends the money always ends up as the bad one. They want it back. It's not a good time. They don't need it right now. Why is she doing this, or why is he doing this to me?
Can I say something, Your Honor?
It's not going to make it any better with her. She wants her money. She's angry. She's entitled to her money. I don't know if you can ever repair. Are you two kids friends?
Not really.
Say no. She says.
I thought she talks to her online.
She doesn't talk to her
not
online.
anymore.
Oh, well, that's
you
sad.
haven't? Shh. We just talked. She just talked to her, and I told her about my daughter's medical problem, and she said, what a bummer. Okay. I cannot believe that you would sit in here and lie, Lauren. I can't believe that.
I wouldn't be accusing anybody of lying.
She's going to lie
I don't
that
want
she
to hear
just
about
talked
it
to
anymore.
Jessica?
You're going to 1, 2, 3.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Cheryl Richter claims former friend Debbie Parker owes for several unpaid loans. Cheryl says her daughter can't be a cheerleader until Debbie repays the money.
Listen, Your emotions are hot. It's very sad because the girls aren't friends anymore, you're not friends anymore. That's what happens when you lend money, when you borrow money, unless you have an agreement. I've always said, if you're going to be a lender, at least put it in writing. Then everybody knows the parameters. Don't be embarrassed. You have to say, listen, Judge Judy Sheindlin said, even though we're best friends, even though we're brother and sister, even though we're cousins, we really should have a writing. That way, everybody knows where they're at. Do you understand? Because they're sad. They're unhappy. They used to be friends. And it is sad. I'm not going to be able to fix it except to say that you're entitled to your money. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,600. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I don't like this because me and Jessica aren't friends anymore because our parents have a disagreement. Well, me and her were like best friends, and I don't know, it's just unfortunate that we're not going to be able to be friends. I really want to be friends with Jessica again. Well, I know it won't happen, but I just want to be friends with her again.
19-year-old student Tressa Ani and her boyfriend, 21-year-old mechanic Devin Whiteman, are suing Tressa's sister, 20-year-old Teresa Ani, for vandalizing Devin's car.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Now, this is case number 213 on the calendar in the matter of Ani versus Weidman Ani. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Have seats for us.
What is your first name?
Tressa Ani.
Tressa?
Mm-hmm.
Tressa, this is your sister.
Yes, it is.
What's your first name?
Teresa.
Teresa. Tressa and Teresa. I thought I would make this simple. It's not. That didn't make it any simpler for me. You're the boyfriend?
Mm-hmm.
And you're here because this was your car.
Yes.
Was the car in both your names or in just your name?
Just mine.
It is your claim that your sister vandalized your car.
Yes, sir.
Sister said she didn't do it. You didn't see her vandalize your car?
No, I did not.
When was your car vandalized and how?
On July 10th in the morning, I received a call from the Hennepin County Sheriff's letting me know she was being released from jail for something.
No. What I asked you was, when was your car vandalized?
July 10th, 2002.
Okay. When did you last see it when it was in good condition?
The night before when we drove home and parked it in our parking lot.
And when you went to get it on July 10th, you found it damaged?
Yes.
What time did you find it damaged?
About 8 o'clock in the morning.
And what time had you parked it the evening before?
Around 10.
Now, what makes you think that your sister did that to your car?
For starters, she...
By the way, it was keyed, according to your complaint.
It was something. Rocks, keys. We had estimates, so the guy who did the estimate...
You have pictures of it?
Yes, I do.
Let me take a look at it.
The man who did the estimate for us told us it could have been a number of...
Can't tell me what he told you. I'll take a look at it. What was cracked off?
Part of the rim. It was struck by a blunt object, probably a hammer.
This is sort of unusual keying.
There's chunks missing out of the side of the door.
Okay. I've seen your photographs. Now tell me what makes you think that your sister did any of this damage.
I can't really go into it too far, but she had been arrested for assaulting me on July 5th. She was arrested and spent 5 days in jail. And when she was arrested, she was threatening. She was throwing rocks at us at that time.
Where was she arrested?
At my mother's house. I had taken my little sister on the 4th of July to Valley Fair, and I was returning her on the day after. And this is when all this occurred. She threatened myself. She threatened my 18-month-old daughter. She said she was going to drown my child in my mom's pool, to take my little white rat-faced child the hell out of there.
Okay. But then she assaulted you?
Yeah. She grabbed a knife, said she was going to gut me like a fish because I'm pregnant.
Did she, in fact, cut you?
No, she did not.
But she threatened
to
cut you? She spent 5 days in jail?
Yes.
Is that right?
That's correct.
Are those charges still pending?
Yes, they are.
So I'm not going to go into that at all. Were you subsequently released on bail?
No, I was released on, there's like a temporary release or whatever. I'm on probation.
Okay.
Just until we go to trial.
Go ahead.
I had also previously spoken to Child Protection, which she found out about because of the way she treats her 2-year-old daughter, that she probably wanted to retaliate.
So what you're telling me is she had a motive?
Yes.
For damaging your car.
She also threatened to, and so did my mother.
Your mother too?
Yes, we had our phone disconnected and our number changed.
So not only did your sister threaten to damage your car according to you, but your mother threatened to damage your car?
Yes.
So 2 people threatened to damage your car?
Yes. My mom, her exact words were, something's going to happen. I just own you, you little, don't come back here.
Okay. What evidence do you have?
She has admitted it.
To whom?
To in courtroom, which I cannot get the transcripts till her criminal stuff is done. Right outside the courtroom, I was standing there with the district attorney and some other people that were standing
Did you
there.
hear her admit it?
Yes.
Did you, personally?
Yes, I did.
Well, tell me when that was and what you heard.
We had gone, because I had originally filed a restraining order, and they were trying to fight it, and I had brought with me the estimates of the car, and I was talking to the prosecutor, and before we went up to the judge, she was like, so what if I damaged her effing car? She made me spend 5 days in jail, and I didn't hear what she said after that.
Okay. Any other evidence that she damaged
She's
her car?
admitted it to our witness, Johnny Gurley. That's Devin's brother-in-law.
Tell me your name, sir.
My name is Johnny Leroy Gurley.
How do you know these parties?
Well, actually, this is my stepbrother here, and that's his girlfriend, Tressa.
Tressa says that you overheard the defendant acknowledge that she vandalized the plaintiff's car.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
When and where?
This was September 6th out in Mound, because I work at the Mound post office. I was happening to take out the trash, and I seen her, and I asked her if I could ask her a question. She said, yeah, so I asked her the question to where I heard...
What question did you ask her?
The question was, I heard that you had tore up Devin and Tressa's car. And her response was, yeah, I tore it up, and if I see it again, I'll tear it up again. And if I see the truck, I'll tear the truck up too.
Had you known her previously, the defendant?
Yeah.
Had you ever had any difficulty with her?
Nope.
After she answered you in that fashion, did you say anything else to her?
No, the only thing I said to her was that you need to stop all that violence.
And what did she say?
I couldn't really hear what she was saying because she was running off to catch the bus. Because she was waiting at the bus stop to go to work.
Okay. Thank you. I will start out by, for the purpose of this hearing, assuming that you're going to tell me you did not do any damage to the car, right?
Right.
What time were you released from jail on either the 9th or the 10th of July?
On the 9th of July, I was released at 8 o'clock at night.
Had you seen a judge that day?
Yeah, I seen it. I had a court to be released at 1:30 in the afternoon, and I was in a holding cell to be released until 8.
Do you know why you were being held from 1:30 to 8 p.m.?
Just to be released. They said it took that long for the release papers to come through.
Had you ever been incarcerated before?
Yes.
Immediately prior to this
No.
time? Immediately, yes, listen. You didn't listen to my question, so you don't know what the question is. Immediately before this arrest, when was the last time you were arrested?
Last year.
For what?
I was accused of threatening my brother.
Your brother?
Well, my mom and I had a domestic over my boyfriend, the guy I was dating, and I had his 12-year-old daughter staying in the house, also along with my 2-year-old daughter, and we got domestic over him. She didn't want me to see him and this and that, and so I told her I was going to leave, and she said, well, you ain't leaving with the 2 kids. So, well, I was like, well, call the police then, and I guess she made up a lie or whatever, and said I had threatened my brother, so I just got my kids and left, the 12-year-old and my 2-year-old.
So you were arrested for an attempted assault?
Right, which they dismissed the case because it wasn't true.
She threatened him with a butcher knife.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I love my family dearly, but I cannot be arrested for things I did not do. This whole thing has just been ridiculous.
Well, something is definitely out of whack in this family, and I'm not a therapist. I'm just a little old judge who's trying to find the truth.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 19-year-old Tressa Ani says her sister, 20-year-old Teresa Ani, vandalized her boyfriend's car. Tressa says it was retaliation for throwing her in jail.
Was that case resolved with the issuance of a protective order of protection?
No.
Or a restraining order, a stay-away order with regard to your brother?
Nope.
It was just dismissed?
Right.
When was the time that you were arrested immediately prior to that arrest?
I've never been arrested before that.
Okay. So you were released from jail at 8 o'clock in the evening. Was somebody waiting for you?
No, I went to the HCMC, which is the hospital downtown Minneapolis, to use the phone.
Yes.
Okay, and I waited there with one of the guys I was released with for about an hour and a half before my stepdad could come get me because I had to get a hold of somebody in town because we didn't have a phone. So he came and got me. It must have been around maybe 9:45. I got home an hour and a half later because we stopped and got gas and ate and stuff, and then we went to the house, which we live a mound from Minneapolis, it's west. And when I got home, I just stayed home. I didn't go nowhere. You know, I visited, well, my sister's 3 kids was there, and I just visited them and then went to bed.
So your stepfather came to pick you up. You went out for a bite to eat with him, and then you went home. Now, does your stepfather live with your mother?
Yes.
So from the time you were released from jail until the next day, I assume, you were in the company of your stepfather.
Right.
Where is he today?
He's at work.
Well, what'd you bring your... This is your mother.
Because my mother, they was downtown since I went to court. They were waiting for me to be released. They waited for 4 hours for me to be released because they said I'd be released.
Your mother wasn't with you from the time you were released.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that when I got home, my mom was there waiting for me.
But your mother wasn't there
right.
to pick you up, take you home. So if you had to bring a witness, why wouldn't you bring the witness who was with you from the time that you were actually at the area where you were released until the next morning?
Because Shakopee, where she lives at, is nowhere near Minneapolis, and neither is Mound. So how am I supposed to get from Minneapolis to Shakopee with no money, without being able to take
Maybe your
money for the bus?
stepfather drove you there.
Why would my father do that? So I can go back to jail?
Maybe he was angry.
He ain't
what
angry.
do I know? He's not here. How would I know? I mean, it just seems sort of foolish. I'm just telling you for the future. If you have a witness who can solidify a defense, and you choose to bring another witness to court who can't, that looks stupid. Do you understand?
Yep.
I mean, you have stepfather and you have a mother. One can say, she was with me all the time, we didn't go near their house. That person you leave home. The person who says, well, she did come home that night at some point, but I wasn't with her all the time, that person you bring to court. It doesn't sound smart, right? All right. Anything else you want to tell me?
Yes, since this has all happened, I have basically had my life turned upside down. I have been arrested for her warrant. She used my name. It says I'm blonde, I weigh 135 pounds, and I'm 5'6", and I had light green
I don't know what
eyes.
you're talking about.
About a month after this happened, I was arrested for I live in Scott County, for a warrant in Hennepin County, when I've never lived in Hennepin County in my whole life. She does, and the address on the warrant was my mother's. It was her social security number, but my name.
What were you arrested for?
Supposedly a disorderly conduct. 2 weeks after that, I got a notice from the Minnesota Department of Transportation saying my driving privileges are being suspended. I got pulled over in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. That's where her boyfriend lives. I was driving a car with no insurance. Both of our cars are fully insured. And I ran a stop sign or something telling me I had a $150 fine or something, and if I didn't pay it, my driving privileges were being suspended. So the district attorney's looking into it, talking to the Brooklyn Park Police to see if he could identify who was actually pulled over. I mean, I love my family dearly, but I cannot have things damaged. I cannot be arrested for things I did not do. I cannot have my driving privileges suspended. This is just ridiculous. This whole thing has just been ridiculous.
Well, something is definitely out of whack in this family, and I'm not a therapist. I'm just a little old judge who's trying to find the truth. So let me see your estimates. And let's talk about truth with regard to these estimates. How old is this car?
It's a 2001 Pontiac Trans Am.
Your Honor, may I speak for a minute? I do not have any warrants against me.
No, she says, what she says
Where's the paper?
is, I'm speaking. What she says is that you don't have any warrants against you, that somehow she had the warrants against her, but the description of the person on the warrant was you, or somebody who looked like you, only using her name and social security number. Doesn't your car have any sort of insurance?
It's a $500 deductible.
So really what your out-of-pocket is going to be when you have it fixed is $500.
Yes.
I find that based upon his testimony, the fact that the defendant had certainly a motive to cause some damage to your car, that she had an opportunity to do it, that she made a statement to this gentleman that she in fact did it, that she did it. But your insurance is going to cover it, but for the first $500 on a new car, if you have a $500 deductible. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
My brother did that damage with her boyfriend, which was drunk.
That's ridiculous. And if I have to go to criminal court, I will.
He said he was doing a 360 and hit a curb. That's why her wheels messed up.
She admitted to my brother, to him, to everybody, to myself in the courtroom, in front of everybody, that she did it and that she was going to do it again.
It's lies.
Jealousy, I don't know what it is.
So, in other words, I'm just screwed.
I just can't believe my family is disgusting like that.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Williams, Dalrymple versus Martin. Step forward, please.
Cashier Carla Williams and her children, 16-year-old Nicholas and 14-year-old Rachel, are suing Carla's ex-boyfriend, house painter Gene Martin, for the return of their belongings. Gene is countersuing Carla for unpaid rent and for shooting a gun in their house.
Why don't you two have a seat? Miss Williams, you and Mr. Martin lived together for about 10 years. You have children. I assume these are your two children. Is this your child, Mr. Martin?
Yes, it is.
And you have a child together.
Yes, ma'am.
A daughter?
Yes.
How old?
7.
Okay. Does she live with you?
Yes, she does.
According to your complaint, there was some sort of an altercation with Mr. Martin. You fled the house, and when was that?
December 1st.
And you claim that Mr. Martin, sometime after that, threw away your children's property. These two children.
Yes.
And you want either the return of that property, which of course he can't give you because he threw it away, or the value of that property. Mr. Martin says that you didn't flee the house after an altercation, but that you had a fight sometime in November, and that you shot a gun off in the house. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that Mr. Martin took your daughter, and he fled the house. He left, and you were gone for about a week with the child. Is that right?
Yes.
So far, is that correct?
No, ma'am.
Okay. After you shot the gun off in the house, what happened with Mr. And that was sometime in November. What happened with Mr. Martin?
It was the day before Thanksgiving, and I had found out Mr. Martin had been seeing another woman, and I got a little inebriated, and I did fire the gun off in the house. My brother and my mother came to get me, and I took my 2 children to Sacramento, and he took the other 2 children. We had plans to go to his mother's house in L.A. for Thanksgiving. He went to L.A. He arrived back Saturday, December 1st.
Okay. So he did take, you didn't spend Thanksgiving together as planned. He did take his son and your 7-year-old daughter, your joint 7-year-old daughter, away for about a week.
For 2 days, Your Honor.
2 days. When you came back, according to you, Mr. Martin, she then took the child and went to her brother's house.
That's correct.
Is that right?
Yeah, but he told me I couldn't be there.
Right, because you had this major falling out where you shot a gun off in the house. So you took the child, I assume, without his permission.
Yes.
And you fled to your brother's house.
Correct.
And he came to your brother's house looking for his daughter, trying to get his daughter back.
Correct.
And whatever property that was left in the house that belonged to your children, because some you got, is the property we're talking about. But that sort of sets it up. Now, that's more the truth than what I got from your complaint, which was, in your complaint, you say that you fled the house with your children and with only the clothes on our backs while he was in the bathroom. The truth of the matter is you was taking your daughter without his permission.
Well, I didn't feel I needed his permission.
Why not?
Well, because he didn't have my permission to take our daughter over Thanksgiving.
You got drunk and shot a gun off in the house, madam. And you weren't taking your daughter for a planned vacation, which is what he did.
It was for Thanksgiving.
You were all supposed to go as a family, except you had a fight. And what you were doing was setting yourself up as the winner in a custody battle by taking physical custody of the child without his permission. I've been a family court judge a long time. I know exactly what you were doing.
When I was there, I was hoping we could reconcile when I came back.
Well, evidently he didn't want to reconcile, and you decided to get the advantage by taking your daughter out of the house, fleeing your house, and going to your brother's house. I'm just saying to you that what you said here in your complaint is not truthful. You didn't flee the house with the clothes on your back. You were stealing your daughter. Now, that was the 1st of December, and if these children want to leave, I think that that's a great idea. They can all go outside, even though this is their property. If they want to go outside, it's certainly fine with me.
You want to stay?
Yeah.
You
Fine.
Okay?
Yeah.
How about
Good.
you? Okay.
Good. That was on December 1st. When did you come back to get your property?
Well, I got a restraining order on December 3rd.
Why did you get a restraining order? Who gave you a restraining order?
The judge.
For what?
Because he came down pushed my kids around, tried to break through my brother's door.
Because you... And a judge gave you a restraining order?
There were other mitigating circumstances that he felt it could be necessary. He also gave me a 3-year restraining order.
I certainly hope not based on that incident.
No, that and several others.
What about a restraining order with regard to him for shooting a gun off in the house? Did he get one against you?
No, ma'am.
Did he apply for one?
Not that I know I'm aware of.
Right. How long did you leave your children's property in the house?
I contacted him on January 8th.
Did you go and get any of your property on January 8th?
No, I did not.
Did you at any time after January 8th go and retrieve property?
I did in April.
On what date? In April?
In April.
So he kept your property from December 1st to April?
No, he told me that the property had been thrown out on January 8th. That there was nothing to get.
So what did you get in April?
Just some stuff that he left behind. Our mutual daughter stuff. And there was a couple items of furniture. He kept a lot of the furniture. I paid for it.
You more than exacted your pound of flesh, madam. I don't know the history. I don't know either one of you two people. All I know is that from the bare bones facts that I've heard, there is absolutely no basis for you to have been granted a 3-year protective order against him. And you were trying to get a leg up in what was going to be a disputed custody case on the 1st of December by taking physical custody of your child at all costs. And what he was trying to do was probably not smart, but because you had taken the child and fled, which is what you did, you waited until he went into the bathroom, and then you took the child. But you do acknowledge that, that he was in the bathroom when you fled. So he was in the bathroom when you fled with the child. Okay? And what he was trying to do, not smart, is he got furious and he went to try to get the child back. He did not file for a protective order against you for shooting off a gun in the house, getting drunk and shooting off a gun. That requires a protective order.
He's a very abusive man, Your Honor.
He may be. What you did was wrong.
I understand that, but
what you did was wrong. What items do you say threw out that belong to your children?
Everything. My son got his PlayStation 2 back and his boombox. My daughter got a couple days worth of clothes.
When did your son get his PlayStation 2 back?
He took it with him. He left after I did.
What do you mean he left after you did?
Jamie and I left, and then my mother and the 2 kids followed behind.
So your mother was part of this scenario that was set up?
It was not set up. I was there to reconcile.
You were there to reconcile?
Yes.
And what happened? You came back and he said...
He said, "What are you doing here?" And then he informed me that I wasn't going to take Jamie anywhere, and that was that, and so...
So what did you do?
After trying to talk to him and seeing that I wasn't going to get anywhere, I took her and left.
Tell me how you did that.
I picked her up, put her in the car, and we drove to Sacramento.
Where was he?
He was upstairs.
So he was upstairs, and what you did was you took your child, rather than going through a civilized court process, you took the law into your own hands. You took the child and fled. It's normal for him to come and try to get the child because you waited until he went upstairs to the bathroom, according to you, and you stole out of the house and went hundreds of miles away. So you abused the court system because then you went into court and said he tried to break down my brother's door to get my child away from me, and you got some judge to believe that without asking enough questions. You got a restraining order. So in my judgment, you abused the system. You didn't come into this courtroom with clean hands, and your case is dismissed. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
19-year-old escrow assistant Danielle Yankowski is suing her former landlord, contractor Rick Schaefer, for the return of her security deposit and sexual harassment. Rick is countersuing for 2 months' rent, property damage, and harassment.
Order. All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. Thanks. Yeah, this is case number 226 on the calendar, the matter of Yankowski versus Schaefer. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Ms. Yankowski, you rented a room from the defendant. It was a short-term arrangement. You weren't happy. He wasn't happy. You claim he owes you money. That money is from your security deposit, which he didn't return, And you also want a whole bunch of punitive damages. Because how much was your security deposit?
$450.
$450, but you're suing him for $2,000 because you say he aggravated you. He says that you're a troublemaker, that you used up your security deposit because you made a big mess, and he's counterclaiming for $1,600 because he says you owe him for rent, punitive damages, you caused him to lose a tenant, and you aggravated him, so he wants a whole bunch of money from you. Don't people know how to, if things don't work out, just to go their separate ways and say goodbye?
If they did, we wouldn't be in business.
When did you rent the room, Miss Yankowski?
I moved in on June 8th.
You found them through an ad in the paper, through
through a rental service. You pay money, they give you a listing.
How much was the security deposit?
$450.
Is that right so far?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was the rent for the room?
The rent for the room was $450 plus utilities.
How long did you stay?
A month.
And you paid for the month that you were there?
Yes.
During that time, he gave you a 30-day notice to leave?
Yes.
Is that right, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Why did you keep her security deposit?
First of all, she caused some damages to my home.
Tell me.
After I gave her the 30 days notice, she was going around slamming cabinet doors that were just remodeled, and they bent.
The cabinet doors bent?
Yes.
What kind of substance did you remodel them with?
Wood.
And she bent the wood? Mr. Schaefer.
I can show you easier than I can tell you. Sure. And she also left water on the floor during her showers. Here's the cabinet door that she bent. And this is also, she was throwing away the silverware in the trash after I gave her notice.
Did you slam this door and cause this damage?
No, I didn't.
What makes you think she did that, sir?
I was in the room when she did it. I watched her do it.
Show me how she did that. Describe to me how she did that.
She was going under the sink. She took the door and slammed it.
Yeah?
That's what she did. And
No,
that's
that doesn't happen as a result of slamming a door. No. What else?
The damage to the floor and the wall in the bathroom.
Let's take a look at that. Danielle refused to wipe up water after her showers. I had to do it for her. Water damage on the floor and wall. Looks like you didn't take really good care of his property.
There was a towel on the floor in the bathroom that I used every time I took a shower. There was also another female living in the house, and every time
Another tenant?
Yes.
Was the other tenant also using this bathroom?
Yes, she was.
Didn't have a different bathroom?
No.
Okay. Now, what else are you suing for? And let's make the other stuff fast, because I have a low tolerance level for nonsense.
Well, the entire time I was there, he pretty much made my life a living hell.
That's a good reason to move.
Yeah, with sexual harassment and...
Like what?
Like, we were watching that movie, Monsters Ball with Halle Berry. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but in that movie, she's naked. And he made the comment, oh, well, that's what your body looks like naked. I was just like, okay, how would you know? And he's just like, well, I can kind of tell.
True.
We were sitting at dinner one night, and he mentioned how big my breasts were and what they look like naked. I was on the phone with a guy one night. When I got off the phone, he's just like, oh, who is that? The only reason he'd be calling you is if he had sex with you. Use a different word. He told me that the only reason any guy would ever talk to me is if he had a sexual interest in me. One night I had a guy come over. He was coming over, he was going to pick me up, and we were going to go out. The next morning he asked me, oh, so did you guys have sex? And it's just like little comments like that.
Did it bother you?
Oh, yeah.
Did he really irritate you?
Oh, yeah. And then
So you were planning on moving?
Yes.
Because he was acting like a jerk?
Yes.
He didn't touch you?
No.
Did he? He just made sexual innuendos. Like a jerk?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you met jerks like that before?
Yes.
It's not the last one you're going to meet.
I know. I know.
If he said it, and I don't know, Mr. Schaefer, I don't know if he said it, but if he said it, it's a jerk. You were going to move. He gave you a 30-day notice before you gave him notice. Goodbye. You get your security deposit back. Go and be happy. Anything else you want?
Well, I mean...
Anything else you want?
No.
Perfect. Now, what do you want?
First of all, I want her to pay for the damages to the house.
She's not paying for the damages to the house, sir.
Okay.
You had more than one tenant, and there is no way that I can tell which one of the two girls who showered got water on the wall.
Okay.
Next.
She moved her brother into my home, into her bedroom, and I told her that she wasn't allowed to sublease.
So?
So she was having her brother live there, and he was going to my neighbors telling them that I was and slandering me.
What difference does it make with regard to this lawsuit if her brother was saying something? What does that have to do with her?
Because she brought him into my home.
Did you ever hear the expression, I am not my brother's keeper? That's from a very old book. Very old. Next.
She went to my tenant and was telling her things.
Where's your tenant?
She moved out with her.
Were you there when she made remarks to your tenant about you?
Yes.
Oh, good. What did you hear her say about you?
That I was making sexual remarks to her, which I wasn't. The only sexual remark that was actually said was when she was walking down the hallway. One day I asked her what was going on, and she said she came out of her bedroom saying that she was masturbating feverishly.
Oh my God.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
I had no idea any of this was going on at all.
My mother was in tears. I was in tears.
I'm thinking my wife left me before I got married, but I don't know what's going on.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Danielle Yankowski says landlord Rick Schaefer owes for the return of her security deposit and for making inappropriate comments of a sexual nature.
Sir, I don't understand what you're suing her for.
Well, I lost a tenant because of her. She didn't know the tenant.
I have no idea whether you lost a tenant or not because of her. The tenant's not here. Even if it's true, the tenant wasn't happy, the tenant can leave. But you can't tell me the reason that the tenant moved because that's in somebody else's mind. I find that I cannot determine who caused the water splatter in the bathroom because you had more than one tenant using the bathroom. And her brother said things about you that were not nice. Is that right?
Yes.
So what do you want?
I didn't want her to bring anyone in the house in the first place.
So she did. So you evicted her, right?
Yes.
If you weren't unhappy with her, you wouldn't have given her a 30-day notice, right?
Right.
She was a good tenant and someone that you were satisfied with. Everything would have been cool, right?
Right.
So you did what you were supposed to do. Give her a 30-day notice and say, bye, return a security deposit, and you all go your separate ways. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $450. Your counterclaim is dismissed as nonsense. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She was threatening me.
He figured that he wouldn't be able to sleep with me and, decided that he would harass me.
Be aware of little girls.
Beware of creepy old men.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Edmund versus Athanasatos. Step forward, please.
Postal worker Tracy Edmond is suing tattoo artist Alex Athanasatos for the cost of a tattoo removal. Tracy says Alex botched a tattoo of her late mother.
Byrd, don't get too comfortable.
This is going to be a quick one.
Yes. Miss Edmond, according to your complaint, the defendant is a tattoo artist.
Yes.
And you went to the defendant because you recently lost your mother?
Yes.
And you wanted a picture of your mother memorialized on your body?
Yes.
Ah. A picture on your dresser wouldn't have done?
It would have.
You're unhappy with the picture that he did, and you want him to pay thousands of dollars to have the picture removed. Is that right?
Yes.
First of all, do you want to show me the tattoo? Where is it, on your arm?
Yes.
Could you step up here? Okay. And I see you've had tattoos before.
Yes.
So that's not... How many tattoos do you have altogether?
7.
7. Had you ever done work for her before?
No.
Did he come recommended to you?
Yes.
But I'm going to get to your complaint. You said everything was going fine until you saw him light up a joint and start to smoke a joint.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Did you get up and leave?
No, because it was almost half done.
Almost half done is not done. Now, according to what I read in your complaint, you said everything was going fine, right?
Yes.
And he was doing a good job, right?
Yes.
Until he started to smoke a joint.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at that point, you get up and leave, and you said, listen, when you're finished, I'll come back tomorrow. Why didn't you do that?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know, how should I know? If somebody is doing brain surgery, and they seem to be doing okay.
How do you know?
And right in the middle of the brain surgery, they say, do me a favor, would you give me a double vodka?
I'd take one.
Quiet. Sorry. That's the time you say, listen, we'll finish this surgery another time. Or get somebody else to close me up. Or something. You don't sit there and hope for the best and then say, well, he was smoking a joint and clearly he wasn't doing the right thing, so I sat there like a jerk and let him finish, because then he wasn't doing a good job anymore, and then complain that it doesn't look like your mother. Anything else you want to tell me?
No, listening to you.
Perfect. Anything else you want to tell me?
I have nothing to say.
Good! See what I mean? Case dismissed.
Pardon the excuse. Step out.
She seemed happy with it. I wrapped her up and she left.
It looks like a man.
I smoke all day, every day. All my clients know about it.
He said it's not going to be like this. It'll go away in 2 weeks.
If you're not happy with my work, the door was open on the way in, it's open on the way out.
As you can see, it don't look like my mom.
Donna Ward and her husband, Bill, are suing their son, 28-year-old house builder Sean Ward, and his fiancée, 24-year-old accountant Michelle Price. Donna says while visiting the couple's home, Sean assaulted her. Sean and Michelle are countersuing for filing false charges.
Order. All rise. Now, this is case number 106 on the calendar in the matter of Ward versus Price. Ward. Price has been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mrs. Ward, the defendant is your son, and the co-defendant is his fiancée or girlfriend. Right. You have children together?
Yes, ma'am. Not together. I have a son, and she has a daughter.
But they live with you?
Yes, ma'am.
I've read your complaint very carefully, Mrs. Ward. This is your husband?
Yes, ma'am.
According to your complaint, you claim that your son assaulted you in his home, and that his fiancée was present, and while there is no claim that she assaulted you, she did nothing to prevent it.
Correct.
I don't know why you're standing up as a plaintiff, just to give moral support to your wife, sir?
Well, not only moral support, but I was there also because I wanted to stop the situation with my
You
boy.
were there on the evening of this alleged assault with your wife?
Yes, I was.
Why were you and your wife at your son's home?
Okay, my wife had called my son up. She wanted to talk to him. This is through a prior conversation she'd been trying to deal with him for a while.
About what, Mrs. Ward?
Go ahead.
About the TV and the VCR.
Tell me about the TV and the VCR.
My son and his wife, Ben, were having problems. Sean had sold everything in his house. He didn't have a good job like he does now. I mean, he was doing piecework.
Just a second. I read your complaint very carefully. Let me see if I can make this, because this is just a background to the story.
Okay.
Your son came to live with you for a while.
Yes, ma'am.
He was supposed to pay you rent, $50 a week.
Right.
He didn't pay you the rent.
No,
Exactly.
ma'am, I did pay. Okay.
You claimed he didn't pay you the rent. And you said, when you move, you'll leave me the TV and the VCR for the rent. And then when he moved out, he took the TV and the VCR.
Yes, ma'am.
And the reason you and your husband went over there that night was to take back the TV and the VCR.
Yes, ma'am.
Now tell me what happened when you got there.
They were eating dinner. So we went in the living room while they was eating and watched TV. The children were there too, eating. They got done, came in and gave us a hug, you know, and Michelle was getting them ready for bed. And so Sean says, well, you're here, what do you want to talk about? And I said, the TV and VCR. He said, I knew that's what it was going to be about. And he stood up. I said, he says, I do not owe you anything, Mom, nothing, and I want you out of the house. Well, I have a book right here where I kept notes, and his signature is on it. And I said, son, I have proof. I opened the book, and that's when he stood up and got very angry at me and told me to, I don't know the words he said, to get out.
Get out of the house.
And actually, I didn't really believe him. I meant, he's my baby son, and I believe in his
Just
word.
a minute. So he told you to leave his house at least twice?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what happened?
And I said, you're kidding, Sean. He said, I'm not kidding. Baba. He said some other words. And I said, then I'll go up and get it myself. I know I can't. Look at me, how much I weigh. I knew I couldn't get it myself.
Where was your husband during all this time?
Can I speak? I was in the living room.
So you were in the living room. So your
Yes.
wife was going to go upstairs and take the TV and the VCR. That's what she said she was going to do anyway.
That's correct.
So she started up the stairs, and what happened? Mrs. Ward.
Well, as she proceeded to start upstairs, first of all, I was shocked on the whole situation, the anger he threw at his mother. As I seen this anger, I just kind of looked at him and said, you know, you shouldn't talk to your mother that way because she is your mother, irregardless, you know, what she says or does. She proceeded to go upstairs. I went with her upstairs to slow her down and said, honey, I think we might as well go ahead and leave. And she says, well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to stay right here till he either gives me the VCR and the TV. And at that point, he says, well, I'm going to call the sheriff. She said, well, go ahead and call the sheriff. And he just got angry at that point. He says, well, the heck with it. As I was proceeding to hold her back a little bit from proceeding upstairs, then he turned around and got angry and turned around and says, well, by God, I'll get her out. Then he jerked her off the step, holding onto the steps, threw her on his back. I told him, do not hurt your mother. He says, oh, I'm going to put her out if that's the only way I can get her out. Then I heard a big old thud in the living room, and I come running in there. She had hit the floor. I don't know if he dropped her or what happened. She was really hurt, and at that time she was speechless. She was shocked, and she says, I am going on my own. You don't need to manhandle me anymore.
Incorrect.
So he proceeded to pick her up by the arm, straight up, head on out the door, all the way to the car, slammed her into the car. She hit her head on the door as she went in. And at that time, he just said, this is where you're going to stay, get out of here. So that's as far as it went. Why I didn't do anything. People says, well, why didn't you get a pipe and hit him over the head? First of all, he's my son. I do love him. I love my wife both. I'm there trying to make a choice so quickly. And I'm not really much of a match to go jumping ahead and start doing something to my son again to his house. So there's a lot of thoughts had to go through my head. And
Was your wife drinking that day?
No, she was not.
She had anything to drink of an alcoholic nature. Just
No,
make sure.
She doesn't.
She don't drink. She might drink a little something. It wasn't alcohol. that
Okay,
had
so
anything to do with
this was not alcohol related. She was in total control of her senses
It was drug
when she
induced.
came to your house. Is that right?
Drug-induced, not alcohol.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
That was part of the deal. It's so
Deal, Schmiel, listen to me.
I gave him a place to live, Your Honor.
Big deal. It's your child.
And later today,
The relationship was quite expensive.
He gave me a promise ring.
She was constantly asking for money.
He promised to marry me.
I felt that I was being taken advantage of, literally.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Donna Ward says her son, Sean Ward, assaulted her while she was visiting his home. Sean says his mother was belligerent and refused to leave.
You take prescription medication?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Now, you have photographs of your injuries?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd like to see them. The marks that I see on your arms are consistent with being picked up by your arms.
Yes, ma'am.
That was your injury.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I'm going to let you tell me your side of the story, Mr. Ward.
Okay.
Okay. First of all,
Good.
the case is dismissed for all purposes against Miss Price because she did not participate in this,
Correct.
other than to stand by and do nothing, which is the same thing you did, Mr. Ward. She's not even married to him. You're married to her. Why would you sue Miss Price?
Because I felt like, just like he did, tried to get Sean to calm down, I was hoping that maybe she...
Your
I don't
husband
know.
didn't come to your defense. Why would a stranger?
Not for me, for her husband. I thought maybe she would ask Sean to stop. I mean, that's all.
She's not a party to this case.
Okay.
So, tell me your version of the events. Your mother came to get...
yes,
your mother
ma'am.
came?
My mother came to the house. I had paid them $100 a week instead of the $50 that she was agreed on to pay. So therefore, she knew the TV was paid for. She let me take it on wheel out the house. The only reason that I had any confrontation with her at all, because both my 5- and 6-year-old kids were standing in the living room, that she had asked for them to be present. I thought maybe she had a health problem that she was getting ready to tell us about. And when she did come up with that situation, I did get angry, but I did stand up and ask them both to leave. I opened both the doors, and I said, y'all need to leave. And I might have said it a little meaner, to get out of my house.
Right.
They would not leave.
Ultimately, you picked her up and put her out of the house.
Yes, ma'am, I picked her up
And
off
that's
the
what
steps.
and that's what the marks are on her arm.
That possibly could be.
All right. This part of the case is pretty easy. Mr. and Mrs. Ward, you are not entitled to any damages. You entered his home with his permission.
Exactly.
Then he asked you to leave. You refused to leave. At that point, you are trespassing on his property. He asked you to leave again. You still would not leave. The law permits him, as I'm sure the judge told you in court when you were there on the criminal case, that he has the right to use reasonable force. Can't shoot you, he can't stab you, but he can physically take you and move you out of his property, which is exactly what he did. Now, the fact that I don't understand why you are there trying, if your son is finally back on his feet, and he's now got a good job, and he's got a home, and he's got 2 kids that he's taking care of, why in the world you would make a big deal out of a television set and an old VCR, I haven't a clue. But I'm not going into that.
Okay.
Because there's no logical reason why you would go to his house and create a scene with 2 children there to get back a TV and a VCR that you think was owed to you for rent.
I did not. I let the children go upstairs. I've asked him without the children being around.
I don't know why you would ask for it at all.
Because, ma'am, that was part of the deal.
Deal, Schmiel, listen to me.
I gave him a place to live, Your Honor.
Big deal. He's your child.
I know, and I'm his mom. I did not want to do this.
Well, you shouldn't have done it.
Sean knows in his heart that he said, I believed in his word. And
Mrs. Ward,
yes, ma'am.
How many children do you have?
I have 7.
If your child has not been doing well for a while, as you said, he'd been in and out of your house, and he was finally, according to you, finally got a good job and back on his feet, what mother in her right mind would say, now I'm going to take the television set that you watch and the VCR that you watch or that the children watch in their room? There's no excuse. You could talk from today till tomorrow. I have children.
I know.
And for $250, you went to the house to make a scene?
No, ma'am, I did not intend to make any kind of
Of course
scene.
you did. Because
No,
once he
ma'am.
said to you, I'm here for the TV and the VCR, and he said, I don't want to talk about it
I
now,
only
please
started
leave. Then you decided to go upstairs and you said, I'm going to take it myself. That's creating a scene.
I didn't think that I was very smart.